there's probably a fuckload of bands that Volumes influenced, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we were super influenced, you know what I mean, by
Yep.
Mystics, like ultra. Like that was like our like them, Sugar, you know what I'm saying? Like Circus Survive. Like we really, really fucked with those bands. Like the whole idea behind Volumes was to make it emo Meshuggah. That was like the fucking idea. You know what I'm saying?
Emo
And like
Meshuggah. I'm
we
gonna
love
start
that.
using that one. I love that.
That was the idea. Like that was like our you know like with Daniel Bronstein, Diego, my brother, like you know that's what that's what we were trying to go for. Like we're like it was still like an emo Meshuggah, like a very melodic Meshuggah, and like we're like dude, fuck yeah. And then we got real heavy at some points, but like we have a lot of melodic parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you and you guys over the years like went heavy into the melody as well, which again, like for some people maybe it makes less sense if you're basing it off the older material, but if you actually look at the influences and what you just mentioned as influences there, it all makes sense, right?
It also like you know like just like as a musician, like me and my brother, like even the guys in the band, like we were trying to like that the heavy for me at that point at least the just being completely heavy wasn't scratching the itch that like you know what I'm saying? I'm like
Yeah.
I wanted more melody. I didn't even care about because I didn't really sing it in volumes, you know, I rapped and I screamed. But I didn't give a fuck if I didn't rap or scream. I just wanted like because I was behind the scenes like writing the music with the guys. So like it's like my input as well. So I just wanted it to sound like it wasn't scratching my it wasn't scratching that itch. So like we were trying to do different things and like I was trying to add rap into it and like Terry Mike Bar was singing and I really fucked with that. Like I really like it just adds a whole other element to the sound and like it just gives it like a whole other this whole other like it just for me it's just more creative and it's just more like oh that's way more cool than like some dude just screaming and there's no pitch, there's no key, there's no nothing. It's just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm,
you guys also arrived in a moment where we would hear like, not to use the term overused, but like after a while, everybody was doing the same kind of sound. You know what I'm saying? Like which I loved honestly, but it's just like we had 50 billion bands doing the I don't know like the early Parker Drive thing and like what people liked at the time. So to hear something like that was just like what is like it was really refreshing. That's I
And then
think
and then everybody tried copying us.
yes,
And
and
then
they
that
did.
fuck and it pissed me off. I was like, bro, you're ruining it. You're ruining the sound. And it kind of you know what I mean? Like but
Yep.
I'm flattered. I was flattered, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, just like make your own sound, gang. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because even to the name, like the plural thing, like
yeah.
structures and volumes came out, and then everyone was. I saw so many plural
Yep.
names. I'm like, yo, get the fuck.
Even the artworks were similar to what
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
yeah, yeah,
did.
yeah.
Everything, like even the aesthetic that you guys, pulled. Everybody was doing it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. It was a little bit annoying, but shout outs to everybody that supported us, showed
Is
us love.
by the way, I pressed record a little while ago. This is all super interesting, so
No,
may as
that's
well.
lit. Yeah,
Conversation is flowing. Why not?
it's good. It's good. It's good. We're good. We're good. I'm all for it. I'm all for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Just
Was there a part of it like, hey, we got to be one step ahead always type of thing?
well, it's just like we did it like when we came out with Constant to Dreaming and Via and shit, like like you said, it was a super fresh sound and we were like we were all super stoked on it. Like, oh, this is you know, like that feeling of like we're really on to something here original and like you know, we didn't go to a producer, like we did it already. Daniel Bronstein and my brother did it themselves at my studio, at Daniel's studio. You know what I mean? So it was like a really fulfilling thing. And then it got overdone a lot, but I wouldn't just say that was the only reason. We were just trying to do something different again. Like we were just trying to like break boundaries and like push the boundaries of like what we can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like at that, when we were doing different animals, for example, even No Sleep, even in Via, but more No Sleep and different animals, I was listening to a lot of rap, a lot of fucking rap. You know what I mean? Like that was like was really doing it. For like Kendrick Lamar was just coming out, and like Wiz Khalifa, like when Wiz Khalifa first came out, bro, it was like this dude is so sick. Like now it's like he's older and shit, but when he first came out, bro, like if you were there, you would understand. You know what I mean? Like
Kendrick too, though, like that, like before the massive rise that Kendrick had, like those early records, like that was like a whole
Schoolboy
thing.
Q, bro, Schoolboy Q, Aesop Rock, like it was Future, bro, like when all that whole wave came out, I was so into that shit. It was just like such a different sound, like especially like Future, bro. Like Future was like such like a different like approach. And like believe it or not, my brother took a melody from Future on Different Animals. I gotta get the exact song. I believe it's from March Madness is the Future song. And he fucking took that melody and he made it into like, and you could literally sing along the Future lyrics to the fucking Volume song, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, dude, that's what they did right there." So we were like really listening. We weren't listening to metal at all. You know what I mean? But we were constantly touring with all these metal bands. Like at that point, we were touring all the time with Chelsea Grin. You know what I mean? Like Acacia String. Like we did some tours with North Lane of Mice and Men. You know what I mean? We were doing mad tours with Mice and Men. Amity Affliction. That's where me and Arn became like brothers, bro, and fucking, and it led into what we're doing now. You know what I mean? So it was like Warped Tour, bro. We did so many fucking Born of Osiris, Veil of Maya. You know what I mean? Like so, like that was our metal intake. You know what I mean? So like we were consistently touring with these bands. We weren't going and listening to metal on our off time. Believe that shit. You know what I mean? Like we were listening to other shit and taking influence from what we were listening at the time. Like I remember at one point I was just listening to like pure Beach Boys and like Beatles and like I had like that phase for a while, bro. Like I'm a huge Beach Boys fan, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I kind of go everywhere depending how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is there a part of all that that's kind of like producer brained? Because I feel like a lot of producers, that's kind of the road they go down to, like listening to like as much different shit as possible. And I can imagine stuff like the dope, like that whole wave of hip hop, like from a production standpoint, there was like
it's just like
an allure to it for people who are like into like specifically like self-producing and like doing stuff yourself, beats and shit like that,
I mean, dude, there's so much about it, bro. Like that, what you just said is very true. Also, I'm a vocalist. I write lyrics. When you listen to someone like Kendrick, you're just like taking note. You're like literally, you have to replay shit so you can be like, what the that was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and then his flow. You know what I mean? It's not just his lyrics. So like that's where I learned all that. I was like, not just from Kendrick, but from like listening to rap and listening to, you know what I mean? And like lyrics, like the Beach Boys lyrics are super dope. Like Brian Wilson, like, bro, if it was a genius, stuff who wrote all of it and recorded all of it. He would send them on tour and he would stay back and hire musicians and complete the record. And then the rest of the Beach Boys would come back and then they would just record the vocals and like the harmonies they were doing. It's so like, I'm like really listening. There was no auto tune back then. So like, I'm really listening to this shit. I'm like, holy fuck, bro. Like I'm an amateur, dude. Like these fools are on some other shit. You know what I mean? So like my dad's a producer. So like, I listen to everything. Like I just went to go see AC/DC like 2 months ago in Mexico City.
How was that?
Dude, I swear to God, I thought like I was gonna pull up and be like, oh, they're old. Like it's just gonna be like a privilege. They blew my mind, dude. Like these fools still got it. Like they
Which
fucking
makes no
rock.
sense. With their age and everything. Like
Dude.
with all due respect.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What is
Dude, respect, dude. I was like, holy shit, bro. Like, mind blown. They fucking in front of 60,000 people in Mexico City. I was like, this is insane. They did multiple dates. I'm like, no, these guys still got it, dude.
so sick? From what I'm hearing too, like, which not to sound too cliche or whatever, but like from what I'm hearing with the rap influence and stuff like that, what happened is you see your voice more as an instrument than just like, oh, I'm gonna scream at that part because like there's a breakdown or a part like that. For you, it's like it's a whole thing. There's like the lyrical aspect, and it sounds like obvious, but seriously, there's so many bands where it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna do my thing. Okay, it's fun here, which might work for some people, but when the lyrical aspect is here and you take it seriously, and I'm sure you spend so much time just on the vocal patterns themselves, And I think that makes a huge difference in terms of like when you listen to, to a song.
Yeah,
That's something I notice a lot. Like the vocal patterns can change an entire vibe from a band if you really put time
hundred
into
percent,
it. So
100%. Another thing that I like really like, I just got to keep it real because the pendulum swung the other way now. Now I feel the opposite, but back then I felt like a lot of it was coming from the metal world wasn't really grabbing my attention. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't doing it for me. You know what I mean? Like it's just like every now and then someone would drop a banger, but like now it's the other way around. Now I fucking think that the rock scene and the metal scene is just there. There's so much dope shit coming from that world right now. You know what I mean? More so than the rap. Like I got to be real. Like I think the like Throne, for example, the band's fucking sick, dog.
Hey,
The
well,
band is
another producer band.
yeah.
I swear, dude, bands with producers in the fold. There's something to
Like
it, man.
like they put like the fucking like Memphis 3-6 Mafia Suicide Boys samples before their shit, and I'm like I'm homies with Suicide Boys, so I was like, yo, this is right up my alley, dude. And then they just oh my god, I was like, yeah, that's fresh, bro. That was a really cool approach, and I was like, yeah, man, it's going crazy. And then Bring Me, honestly, I gotta say it. Bring Me has been dropping bangers forever
oh
now. Like it's crazy, like
yeah.
what they're doing.
Yo, this is a conversation we have a lot, and I'm not saying every band that succeeded has an ollie, but that's kind of what it comes down to. People with a vision, they won't just drop the same album 50 billion times. They're gonna try certain things, and sure,
We're
what
gonna
Bring
push
Me
the
did
envelope.
is very rare. I won't say that it's like easy to do. I don't even
No,
know how they managed to stay relevant. People can say whatever they want about Bring Me. Try to be relevant for that amount of years and drop and gain fans with every single one. People can
While
complain.
changing every album too, right?
They change everything, and every single time it's not even
original.
like usually negativity is loud, pretty loud. You can barely see it. It's that good. Like you can barely feel like people being they change. Like there's so many people being happy that it doesn't
Legit.
even matter. So like it's very impressive to see when you have like a visionary, because I
Yeah,
consider Ollie to be one.
I
So
mean, it's
dude, I
funny.
gotta
It's funny you bring up Throne and then Bring Me right after because as of
be
today, they
different.
just dropped the first single for the re-recording of Count Your Blessings. They just
listen,
dropped
I
Black and
remember, I
Blue.
remember being, in, I remember being in like the seventh grade listening to that shit, bro. On God in heaven, bro. Like on God in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this band from England, Bring Me the Horizon. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? Listen to it, I'm like, this is sick. Yeah, I mean, it was like very early, like like when I was listening to like Job for a Cowboy, Suicide Silence.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Suicide's like I'm from LA. Suicide Silence is always slayed, bro. Like those fools have always just destroyed. Like I would go see them like before they were like even signed, bro, to showcase. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
back,
Yep.
back, back in the
Oh
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
you were a
Whiskey a
showcase
go go.
kid.
I mean, no, I didn't live in Corona, but I would go out there for some shows. I live way closer to Hollywood, so I seen them in at the Whiskey a Go Go a lot more.
Okay,
You know
there we
what I
go.
mean? And it was sick. And they would do when they would do the Family Guy samples.
Were
You
you
know what I mean? Like,
moshing? I'm just kidding. I'm just curious.
I did mosh back then.
Sick.
I did mosh back then, believe it or not. I was so young, bro. I was like 16, 15. I didn't give a fuck. Now I would never mosh.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? But now I prefer to just get a seat. You know what I mean? I got a really cool story about Bring Me, though, going back to that before I forget. We were on some tour with the Mice and Men, and my fucking Phil and Austin were like, "Yo, come to the back lounge, bro. Like, let me show you something." Like, all right. It's like, check this shit out. It's Bring Me the Horizon's new album. It's not out yet. It's called Separate Terminal. Oh my god. We bumped it from fucking. We had to just run it back. We just kept running it back. I was like, this is insanely fired, bro. We just kept running it back, and then a few months later, we were on Warp Tour with them. So I would just finish my set or whatever the fuck I was doing during that day, and I would go right to fucking Bring Me set, bro, and I'll just watch it right there. Like, and Slim from Bury Your Dead was playing guitar for them at the time, and like
Mm,
like we're not a close friend, but he's a friend. We know each
yeah,
other.
yeah.
So like I'd be like, "Oh, Slim, come watch your set real quick." You know what I mean? Like, let me come witness this real quick.
That's crazy. Earlier, we were talking about, you know, refreshing and changing the sound when that thing dropped. Like, I mean, if we're being honest here, people are still trying to emulate that right now. So that's,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. No, dude, when I heard that fucking album, bro, when I heard that record, bro, we were all in the background, like all Mice and Men and Volumes were just looking at each other like, "Wow, dog, this is fucking amazing." And then Mice and Men were like, they went to same producer.
Hmm.
They went to the same, and then they dropped that super banger of a record. Fuck, what's it called, dude?
is it the flood? No,
Don't
not the flood,
Not the
isn't
Flood,
it?
the one after that with the shell on it.
Oh, is it the one with Feels Like
Banger.
Forever on it and
Yes,
stuff?
feels like forever's on it. Banger of a record. I'm sorry, my man. I know I love you. I have a really bad memory.
Love
I've
that
used drugs.
album. Those years, like I'm a big fan of those years, all those albums. Obviously, the self-title from a Five Cent was already crazy, but like those few years that then was on fire. You
Yeah,
had
yeah.
the correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like Bring Me, but not too far. You had
Mice,
of Mice and Men
right there, right there, dude, right there,
was
dude. And it was
blowing
like,
up.
and what's really crazy is that I never listened to of Mice and Men. And I'm not throwing no shade at them. I just never listened to them. And like one day, my manager calls. It's like, "Hey, you just got offered an opening slot on a Mice and Men's album, a Mice and Men's tour." And I was like, I didn't know what to think. I was like, "Is this good?" Like, I swear, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm in my own world, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, I'm a real one.
Hmm.
Like, I'm just doing my own thing. Like, I wasn't really, like, I knew they were big, but I didn't know like the extent. And my manager was like, "Dude, you're gonna take this tour. It's gonna be sold out every fucking day." And we went on it, and dude, it was not every fucking day sold out. That was one of those tours that before the tour starts, the tour was sold out.
Mm.
You know what I
Which
mean? And
Pretty
wasn't,
I,
pretty crazy.
which seems like a common occurrence nowadays. Like now we're used to seeing like tours selling out and shit, and they're maybe it's because they're a little bit more conservative with the sizes of venues they're booking at. Post COVID after the bubble,
I feel
but
like the metal scene
back
is
then
in a
it wasn't a
much better
thing.
place.
Nope.
Right. No,
It was
I feel
rare.
like the metal scene's in a much better place now. And then it wasn't a thing, but on top of that, back then, look where we came from, bro. Like we came from like touring with like counterparts and structures. Like sometimes there's 10 people in the room. You know what I mean? Like some days it'd be bangers, it'd be sold out. You know what I mean? But like we like it wasn't like an overnight thing with volumes. Like it was like we really grinded to get those bigger tours. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the very first tour where it was like, "Oh, this is sick," was Chelsea Grin tour. Chelsea
Mm.
Grin, we won
What
this.
kind of era
We
was that?
It
Yeah, I'm
was,
curious.
I'll tell you right now, it was 2011, 2012, and
Mm.
we won this contest between every label would put one band, one of their new bands up, and we won the thrash and burn thing. Like
Oh,
we
that's
were
what it
on
was. Yeah,
Mediaskip.
yeah, yeah.
You know
Okay.
what I mean? And they were on there. But check this out. They were on there, and dude, we're best friends with Chelsea Grin, especially that like till this day we're good friends with them. But back then, like that lineup, dog, like we became brothers with those dudes on that run, on that fucking thrash and burn tour. And they were like, "Man, we thought you guys were a hardcore band. We didn't know you guys were like some like techie, like melodic, like." We're like, "No, this is us." And we were opening the tour, and during that tour, they were putting together their headliner,
Mm.
and they're like, "You guys are on it, bro. Like we're taking you guys out."
That was
And that
the
tour,
beginning of their techie era too, for what it's worth, right?
dude, on
Evolve
that tour,
era.
exactly. So on that tour, my brother produced that album. Remember,
Yeah.
like my brother tracked it, recorded it, produced it, and on that headliner, that's where the conversation how that happened. We're like, "Yeah, we're gearing up to do our new album, blah 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 blah." And I literally told him, like, "Bro, go to my little brother, dude. Like, he does all our shit." And they were like, "Dude, that's a great idea." And that's how that whole thing happened, dude. And they popped off. And I remember like them writing that song with that fucking song, the melodic one where they sing for the first time.
Mm.
You know which one with
Oh,
like
with the
the
video all
fucking
white
yeah,
and
yeah, in the desert or like the plains, the Salt Lake Flats and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yes,
talking
I
about.
yes, but I'm trying to
You know what I'm talking about.
Just don't ask,
Huge
don't
song.
tell.
yes.
That one,
Yeah.
dude. I remember they wrote like piece of that. I was right there, like a piece of that in Florida, one of our homies' crib, and like that was just the beginning, like and fucking, and then they went on to do that. It was shit was awesome. Those are really good memories. You know what I mean? Like, because Diego's no longer here, so like sometimes it takes a little bit to jog my memory for those specific little mem. It's pretty crazy,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
I
crazy. But yeah,
was Yeah, Chelsea Green was
it's
also on the right. I mean, since the start, like I'm still, I don't know if you see on my wall, I'm still obsessed with that EP, their first EP. But like the Chelsea Green is another band who I think don't get enough credit for trying out new things to each album. Like people don't talk about that a lot, but they did it. They could have been way safer and just like redo Desolation of Eden, their first album, over and over, and instead they constantly tried
they
different
wanted to,
things on each
yeah,
album.
yeah, man. Like it's just boring for a musician to keep doing the same shit. I'm telling you, any band that like has any like creative drive or anything like that, like they're gonna try
You
to
get
keep
it.
changing it up
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? Like they want to do different shit. You know what I mean? Like like making music is a very selfish thing. Like if you're really the real ones, like, and this is no shade to the fans or anything, they're not making music for the fans, gang. Like they're making music for them. You know what I mean? And like the real ones, they make music for them, and it's something special. And then the fans come along because that's how it starts. When you start, you got no fans. You're making music for yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? For me, I know for a lot of people, like music is super therapeutic and shit. So like, it's like it's a huge outlet. You know what I mean? So like that's my center of that's what I'm focused on. Like I'm trying to like paint art with your paint or whatever, as bullshit as that sounds, but it's just like you're just trying to like it's that one of the most healthiest ways to get that pain out. Like everybody knows I had a history of addiction and shit like that. So it's like that was like the best because for a while there I was not even drinking. I was just smoking a lot of weed. You know what I mean? For a few years there on tour. And then and then I wasn't. You know what I mean? And then I wasn't. But yeah, so it's that aspect of it is 100% true. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's a very selfish, making music's a selfish thing. Like you gotta, it's gotta come from you. And then it gets tricky because then like, oh, then now you have a bunch of fans and like now they got put up on a pedestal and you have all these expectations and shit. And you have to like block that out and like stay true to what's going on. And that's where it kind of gets real tricky. You know what I mean?
What I think is crazy though is because we live in a world where people see the result but never think about the process, which is okay. Like that's how it works. But it's easy with retrospective to look at a band like Bring Me the Horizon and be like, oh, of course, the pattern, of course that would work. But they didn't know when they made that. Like they felt it.
No.
It was great. It could have bombed too. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is like it's still a risk, and I'm always
Oh,
gonna
for sure.
respect that. It's easy to laugh at a band for an album and be like, look, they tried to do that and stuff. What I see personally is, dude, they're taking risks, they're trying out stuff. It's so boring to just do the freaking same thing you're asking over and over again. Like I'd rather have a band, honestly, who did something I'm like, not my thing, but they went for it. They tried
No,
something.
for sure,
So
for sure,
uh,
and like bands could do that exactly what you just said, and it might resonate real well with like the musician crowd, but not with
Yeah.
like
yeah,
the general fans. You know what I'm saying? So like,
exactly. Yep.
it's like
I,
Sempiternal could have gone like that. It could have been like, oh, all the musicians like, yo, this is sick, but it wouldn't. You know what I mean? It
Yep.
might have, I don't know, but it went everywhere. The musicians and everyone was like, this is lit. You know what I'm
well,
saying? Like,
Yep.
some bands unfortunately get stuck in that, like, you if you're at all kind of like following like bands in the scene and stuff, you'll notice these bands that every other band in the scene loves that band, but the general public hasn't caught on yet, you know. And some bands
Ahead
get
of the curve.
caught, they get stuck there for some reason, you know. There's just I don't
Yeah.
know, they don't get the right push, or I don't know, maybe it's just too early, you know. But again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like real ones know, you know, real ones are able to recognize that sort of stuff.
For sure.
But
I mean, I feel like Structures was one of those bands. I
Mm.
feel to a certain extent like Volumes was one of those bands because there's a lot of bands right now that definitely have Volumes influence that are killing it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we had to like we walk so like some motherfuckers can run right now. You know what I mean? Like which is great, which is awesome. You know what I mean? Like look at Spirit Box. Spirit Box has they go to Daniel Bronstein. Daniel Bronstein is their producer. So obviously it's gonna have some kind. It's gonna sound like Volumes to some extent. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a fucking founding member of Volumes. You know what I'm saying? So, but look how successful they are. And it's really cool to see that. It's fucking brilliant. And I knew Mike from back in the day, dude. We did a fucking Canadian run with his old band
with Fallen
called
Archaea, right? Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Hell
Structures,
yeah,
Fallen
dude.
Archaea. So
Yeah.
so like it was old school shit. You know what I mean? So
Dude,
like
that band
and then
was so dope, man. Oh,
they were
I
sick,
miss
dude.
that
They were
shit.
sick. They were sick and like I remember thinking like they were super sick. I remember thinking like they lack a little bit of like whatever the fuck they were lacking. It's Spirits Box has got it, dude. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
he just kept going and kept going, and then dude, and I think it's really dope to see motherfuckers just not just anyone that truly is in it for the right reasons, which Mike completely is. You know, as a musician, like he's in it for the music and shit. It's really cool to see when they win. So shout
Yeah.
out to Spirit Box, shout out to Mike. Respect.
1,000%. And every time you get to a status like that, you're gonna get a ton of hate, which is a good sign. Just wanted to say it comes with it. If you get to a certain level, people are questioning like you're gonna bring that. Oh, who's that? It's not metal. Like what is that? But when I see that, I'm like, yeah, they're doing something right, and they're gonna
Dude,
blow up.
Courtney's an insane vocalist, bro. I think she fucking like I'm not saying I'm insane or anything, but I'm saying she puts me to shame, dog. I'm like, this girl is on some other shit, bro. Like, you know what I
That's
mean? So
crazy. And
yeah.
real quick, also because we've mentioned structures a few times, and I just want to say that
Right.
did I first
Canada,
of all
baby.
I love that freaking band, but second, like, did I hallucinate that? Because I have this specific memory that
Nah.
they would open up their shows. He would arrive in a jersey, being like, "What's up? We're structured," and just throw down an amazing fucking breakdown, and they would like bounce and shit. Did I
think so,
hallucinate?
yeah. No, I think you're right. And it's really crazy that I don't know it off the top of my head because I did like 100 shows with those guys, but fucking like it was just so long ago. But I think you're right. I
Because
was just with Nick. I was just hanging
Oh,
out with Nick. He
really?
pulled up. Yeah, Nick pulled up on me in LA a few months ago, and my homegirl Amanda Bynes pulled up and said, "What's up to us?" We all went
Hell
to like a little
yeah.
bar and shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it
How's
was
Nick
me,
doing? He
Nick, and
fell off
Amanda.
the fucking planet of the earth,
Dude,
dude.
he's killing it, dog. He works rafting, like in construction, rafting, like
Okay.
is that what it's called? Rafting, right? He makes
Yeah,
good
yeah,
I
money.
have
yeah.
no
Ju-
clue,
yeah, it's like the
honestly.
structural and fucking roofing and
He
shit.
makes good
Wow.
money. Yeah, he makes good money, dude. He's really happy. He's got a girlfriend. He's like really doing his, he's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
grounded as fuck, bro. Like doesn't not jaded at all, just like making his bread. And I think he bought a house, like you know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
he
Love hearing
went,
that.
Hey,
yeah,
not with the Djent bucks, that's for sure.
yeah. And he fucking he pulled up on me in LA and he called me and he's like, bro, like let's hang out. And I'm like, of course. And it was like a perfect timing because I live here. I live in Mexico.
Yeah, right,
I
right. You
just
happen to be
happened
in
to
LA. Yeah, yeah.
I just happened to be in LA for those 10 days. And so like because I was in LA for 10 days, like I was like trying to like catch up with as many people as I can. So I'm like, I invited him we went to this bar. And then Amanda Bynes is like a really close friend of mine, like which is like so weird, but it's not
Yeah,
what it
the
is.
world's
I
colliding.
just
Yeah.
it's weird because I never thought growing up like she's like someone that would call and be like, "Hey, how you doing, Yogi? Like, are you having like, are you okay? Like, what's up? Talk to me." Like legit checks up on me. So I was like, "Hey, I'm hanging out with my buddy," and we all just hanging out at this bar. She doesn't drink. She was just ordered a water, and we were just all talking. We were just all talking, but it was really funny because at one point I'm like, structures, volumes, Amanda Bynes, walk into a bar, bro.
Hey,
What's
vultures too? We have to talk vulture. We have that's the real question right there. Vultures.
I came up with that name.
Do
it was an
do
idea.
the tracks exist?
One does, but dude, it's impossible to find because it was in Diego's. It was in Diego's hard drive, bro. So
Yeah.
I would have to like. My other brother has his laptop, but like this is like fucking 15 years ago, so I don't think it's that laptop, but it did exist, and it was a really cool idea, and we did like structures pulled up on us in LA like way back in the day, and we talked about this on tour. It was my idea. The whole thing was my idea. The Vultures thing. I'm like, it's called Vultures. It's spelled like this. It's like the bird. It's like both the names and like
with the dash and the
yeah. And we were because we were really close friends and we were touring a lot. And they were all about it and everything. And then like, I kind of just they didn't do anything wrong. My brother didn't do anything wrong. I'm just leave it at that. I just wasn't. I was like, at one point, I was like, nah, you know what? You guys do it. I don't want to do it. And then it never
came out. Yeah,
because I don't want to say exactly why.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to say exactly why, but I'll just leave it at that because I'm not trying to talk shit about nobody.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't work, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there was a specific person that I was just like, if that fool's in there, I don't want to be in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's okay. We don't need to push that. I just mostly bring it up because it was such a kind of like a moment in time, and like there was even though I think that project never actually coming out actually made it bigger. Like people talked about it more because it was always the question like, oh, there's this thing. There was like a teaser, you know, and then where's the song? When's it coming out? Like people kept talking about it for so long and just never came out.
It exists. There's a demo. There's a fucking demo out there, and one of Diego's fucking hard drives, dude, that I do not know where it is. I know my dad probably has it. I'd have to go search through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's probably not even like a file. Like maybe there's a file, but like I would have to like open the session up. Like, dude, it would be a mission. Like it would.
Yeah.
That shit's not coming out. If I find it one day though, I'll leak it. I promise you.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I'll leak it.
Okay, we gotta, because we're talking about all these like that kind of era, the whole like just Djent in general. Sumerian, dude, Volumes would have been the perfect poster child band for Sumerian Records. What the fuck? And look, we know media
gotta be very careful here.
Yeah. Well, anyway, look, we're gonna enter the territory of media scare and Sumerian. There's the two things at play here.
All right. Okay, here we go. I was in a band called Betrayal with Shakewell. Okay, back in the day, many people might know who they are. Maybe you don't. Shakewell went to go do his thing. And they were signed to Sumerian, so I had a just me and Volumes already had that relationship with Media Scare, and we were looking at all options, right? And I remember also, so like I went and talked to Baron, who's the owner of Media Scare, who's I got nothing against him or anything, but like he made it very difficult even though we didn't sign anything. He was like, no, in California there's like a handshake agreement and I'm gonna pursue this shit. And Sumerian was just like, I don't want anything to do with this. But with that being said, and Media Scare and Sumerian have like they're homies. Like even till this day, I'm pretty sure Baron's homies with Ash and shit. But you know what I mean? We went out and we were looking around. I remember I pulled up to an Amir show and like I just found my way backstage with the mission to show Frankie Volumes. And fucking, how I did it was like I just had a big bag of weed, and I was like, "Yo, Frankie, you wanna come smoke?"
You like a bait punished him?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, come over here. And I don't even remember. I think he was smoking back then or not, but he came in my car and I was smoking that, that's for sure. And this is when I like CD, dude. I had the Concept of Dreaming. It wasn't out yet, and I had it on
Okay.
the CD. I had it on the CD, and I put it in. And this fool looks at me. He's like, "This is your fucking band, bro." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, he's like, "Who recorded this?" I'm like, "We did." He's like, called his manager, who's Sean from Sumerian. He's like,
Okay.
"Yo, you need to check these fools out now."
Yeah.
So like, if if that fucking media scare thing didn't like, if that issue wasn't there, we probably would have gone with Sumerian. Sumerian did know who I was, you know what I mean? And because I was in bands in the LA scene since I was a little, like I was like 14. Like the
Mm-hmm.
first time I met Ash, I was like 14 or 15 years old.
Okay.
And they had two bands. They had the Faceless and Too Pure to Die before Born of Osiris. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because Born of Osiris was like right after that. You know what I mean? And but yeah, it probably would have materialized if it wasn't for that media scare shit. Like they were just super like, no, I'm gonna pursue this. Like we had a we had a meeting and you guys like were all about it. And I'm like, but we didn't sign, dog. Like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and then luckily, dude, what saved their ass was in the midst of all that, we were also homie. We became friends online with a band called what are they called? Circle of Contempt.
Oh, hell yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
From fucking where were they from, dog? Finland,
Yeah.
right? And we loved them, and they were on Sumerian. And
Famously called Thrust Moment before being called Circle of a Content.
Oh,
really, is
God
that
tier name.
yeah?
I
That's
understand
crazy.
the switch.
That's crazy. So fucking, they had their first US run, and it was like with Oceano and I think like Sleeping Giants, and we drove, and it was out, dude. It was not like in LA. It was like somewhere in Cali, and we pulled up on them, and they didn't even know we were coming. We're like, we just pulled up to the van, like, "What up, dude? We're Volumes." We're like, "What? For real?" And fucking, it was me and Diego, and they were with this dude named Brian who worked for Outer Loop Management,
Okay.
and he heard I had this is like when nobody was making money at all, like Circle of Contempt. So I was like, just come stay at my crib. I had an apartment. So like they pulled up with us, they left in the morning, and then Brian had a flight like the next night or something. So he actually came over to my like we left my apartment and we went to
He
my
stuck
parents'
around.
crib.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we went to my parents' crib where I have the studio and Diego lived there.
Sure.
And like, so we were showing him all this new shit, blah blah blah, and he fucking loved it. And that's how we got. Eventually, that led to being with Derek Brewer. So Brian was like Derek's like he was right under Derek. So like they were like a management team. You know what I mean? But Derek would handle like the bigger bands, and Brian would handle like the developing bands.
Yeah.
And he like developed us, and then we went to Derek.
Into Derek.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were the ones that like
Putting you
came
guys
in
on
and
tours and
they mediated that whole media scare thing. You know what I mean? Because media scare doesn't just when you sign the media scare, you're also managed by media scare, which is a huge conflict of interest.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we were one of the only bands that made it out of media scare and went on to do things after was Volumes and the Ghost Inside. Everyone else got stuck in that fucking label, and like it was just a nightmare situation, unfortunately. But Derek Brewer and Brian Judge from Outer Loop Management came in and fucking mediated that whole fucking thing and did us a massive favor. So shout out to them. And fucking, I love Derek Brewer. He's a G. He fucking manages Crown the Empire, Veil of Maya. Well, he did manage Veil of Maya, Dying Fetus, uh, Honey Revenge. A bunch of sick bands, dude, that are doing very well. Dance Gavin Dance. You know what I mean? Like he's killing it. I'm very shout out Derek. He's killing it.
Do you have like is there a part of you looking back on all that's kind of like, hey, like, do you feel like you were like stifled a little bit in what could have been the growth of the band? Like, I know we're just talking he said she, like what could have been is like
no, there's other situations, bro, more than the media scare thing that I regret hardcore. Like, I'm not gonna say who threatened us, but I will say that this fuck, what's his name, dude? The booking agent, he just passed away, dude. He booked Bring Me, he booked
Who did
Day to
Pierce the Veil and all
Remember,
that? Yeah.
Here's the Veil, bro. Like, huge shout out to him, bro. He approached us and fucking, he was like, yo, I want to book you guys. And if you're with me, I'm gonna put you above everybody. And that was when like that was the moment. And we said yes. And immediately that day, he puts us on tour with the Devil Wears Prada. He's like, all right, you're going on tour with Devil Wears Prada. I'm like, this is lit. And the Ghost Inside. And you guys are under the Ghost Inside. You're not opening up the tour. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are gonna do, it's gonna be sick. It was a great tour. And then the owner of the booking agency that we were with before, I'm not gonna say his name, but someone very powerful, hit us up, bro. And we were like 22 or 20. I was like 23 or something. And I'm like, that's me and Diego on the phone. And this fool was like, if you fucking go with this fool, I will blackball you, blacklist you from. And we folded like a laptop, dog. We folded like a laptop, dude.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right, bro. Like, and then we told him, and homie was like, all right, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. And I highly regret that, because then later, like a year or two later, I was like, dude, I think we fucked up. We should have gone with you. He's like, too bad, bro. Like, I don't know what you were thinking. You really think that fool would have blacklisted you and blackballed you from tours when you're with me? I'm the fucking dude, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess you're fucking right, but we were just kids, and like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it's
you don't want to lose everything, so
you know what I mean? And like, and this person that said this shit to us, that threatened us, like, I do respect the shit out of him, even though I think that was like a lame ass move. Like, he's a fucking G, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if I said I don't want to say his name, 'cause I don't want no fucking smoke with this guy.
We don't need any of that. It's more so, I find this stuff interesting just more so because it's like context to the broader picture of like the direction of the band, where you guys, you know, went, didn't go, you know, because I do think like Volumes had a pretty interesting kind of journey, as much with like the growth of the band as musically, you know, the member changes, like the whole there's like a lot of contributing factors to the entire story of the band, right? Now, I would have been remiss and not at least poke a hole at specifically Sumerian, because again, like, dude,
yeah, no,
obviously Sumerian was the perfect fit for like a band like Volumes, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Born of Osiris.
All of the other ones were there. Like you mentioned Circle of Contempt, straight to Sumerian, like the Veil of Mayas, the Born of Osiris, the After the Burials, like your entire world, your entire scene was on Sumerian, you know?
Right. So like, that's why this move, we would have gone with this booking agency, would have been the only one from the Djent scene there, and he could put us above all of them. So this certain someone knew that and made a fucking, he's like, nah, like, you guys are not, that's not happening, bro. Like, I'll fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now you see the problem, right?
Above his other biz. Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I get where he was coming from, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like, you're rich and you made it. Like, I'm just like this kid, and like, I just want to like pay my bills and shit. I'm really not that complicated of a dude. I just told you I want to, like, if I could move back to the States, I'll move to a ranch away from him. Like, that's my vibe, dog. You know, especially after everything I've been through. You know what I mean? Like, just like the chaos of being in a band like that, and the addiction and losing your brother, and like the overdoses and the rehabs. Like, bro, I just want to like step the fuck away from everything. That's why I moved out here to Mexico. You know what I mean? Like, and it's yeah, but yeah, interesting story, true story, really happened. Don't want smoke with nobody. I'm just saying what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, Sumerian has everything. Had it after the burial, periphery, animals as leaders, structures, circle of contempt. You know what I mean? Like,
all the bands you guys were touring with, right? Like,
Veil of Maya, yeah, and friends with. Like,
yeah,
we never tour with Animals, even though they offered us a tour. But we're and we really wanted to do it, bro. But we accepted direct support for Emir. With Die Artist Murder under us, and at the time I had no idea who these fuckers were. And let me tell you about Die Artist. You know what I'm? No,
Tell
I
us
swear.
about Diet is Murder. Yes, please.
They were the first band. They were the first band ever that played under us where I was like, we got a fucking problem, bro. We have a fucking problem here, dude. These guys are really good. And I don't get along with them. So Valor is Murder, I will throw shade on you. Fuck y'all, gang. On everything I love. I will say that.
But what was it? What was it about the band? Like just the stage presence, like the how they were like.
That being said,
like,
that I don't fuck with them as people.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, that band is phenomenal, dog. They fucking slayed. Their music is really well written. Their performance was A1, dog. It was the first time I felt pressure. Like I was like, holy shit, bro. These guys are really fucking good. Who are these guys? You know what I mean? Like, they're from Australia and they slayed. They killed it. They destroyed that shit, bro. And like they made us. I know they made me for sure up my shit. Like, all right, I gotta go hard in the paint right now, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Every night, these fools were right before us, and then we got a year after us. So we were like,
yeah, you don't want to be caught slacking in between the two. Yeah,
and we didn't slack,
but that's good pressure, right? Like,
yeah, oh yeah, dude. But I just remember very vividly being like, wow, dog, this band is sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, we don't get along, but that's another story.
Just a quick second to talk about the sponsor of today's episode, Indie Merch Store. Got two things to talk to you guys about this week. I wanted to special shout out, special mention to the vinyl tab if you go over to the website, because the site has currently has a crazy amount of vinyl for sale. Obviously, vinyl is the big thing right now. A bunch of limited edition stuff going around. But real quick, I'm just checking on the website right now, and I'm looking at some the latest Arcspire record. We got some Poison the Well, Soylent Green, Dying Fetus. The brand new Psychroptic record that's coming out in a couple of months. They've got some exclusive there as well. Lorna Shore. A bunch of cool bands all have vinyl over at indiemerchstore.com. So head on over and get yours today. With that as well, there is Synestia. They got back from their tour with Shadow of Intent, Angel Maker, and Mental Cruelty. So if for whatever reason you missed out on the tour, well, now's your chance to get some killer tees and hoodies. There's also, again, some limited vinyl and other designs available as well. So hit up indiemerchstore.com and snag your merch today. As always, you guys can use code BRUTALITY at checkout to save 10% off of your entire order. Again, that's code BRUTALITY at checkout for 10% off. Massive shout out once again to Indie Merch Store for always supporting the show. Now, back to the episode. While we're on the subject of not getting along, let's keep poking. Let's keep going there. Getting kicked off a Warped Tour.
Okay. I'll tell you the story. All right. So me and Diego stayed with a Mice and Men that night. Like, a Mice and Men volumes, like brothers, you know what I'm saying? Especially in that era. So we stayed on their bus, right? And fucking, I think it was Tino or Austin. I can remember it was Phil. It was Phil and Tino. Phil first, then Tino. Wakes me up and they're like, hey bro, you're kicked off the tour. And I'm like, I thought he was bullshitting. So I fell back asleep again. I'm like, yeah, dude, shut the fuck up, bro. You know what I mean? And then like Tino comes, he's like, bro, I'm not kidding, dog. Like, you're kicked off Warped Tour. I'm like, what? And I look at my phone and I see I have all these missed calls from my fucking band. And I pull up on the Sprinter van that we were on tour with at the time. And Brod's like, dude, we gotta go. I'm like, all right, let's go. And like, and this is what really happened, and telephone game effect happened, and because we got, dude. So anyways, so Rod pulled up to the volumes, pulled up to a Walmart, and he put all the like they cleaned the van, the Sprinter van, and they put all the trash in the shopping cart, right? like, just all the shit from the van in the shopping cart, and they left it there. And then some fan came and saw that and went through all of our shit trying to find something like memorabilia. I don't know what they're, and made a ginormous mess in the parking lot. And the manager of Walmart came out and saw like Vans Warped Tour volumes. I'm gonna email these fuckers. I'm gonna email Vans Warped Tour and tell them that their band made a mess. And fucking, they did that. And Kevin Lyman, bro, shout out Kevin Lyman, um, pulls up. This is the story I was told. Pulls up to our van that morning. They had like somehow they knew the license plate,
Mm.
and that's how they, like, not only by the name, but they identified the vehicle, and pulled up to our van after everybody woke up and our driver was passed out. And we were huge stoners. So we had all these dab rigs, and this is when dab rigs wasn't a thing. So it looked like crack pipes.
Yeah, they were like
You
big
know what I
ass
mean?
fucking machines and shit
They-
too.
they- like they look,
Yeah.
it looked like crack. It looked like we were using serious drugs, but it was
Yeah,
it was a dab. It was dabs for weed. And this fool, Kevin Lyman, opens our shit, and he goes, "What the fuck are all these crack pipes? Like, take your fucking take your drugs and get the fuck out of here." And our driver just like pulled a full shift, and he wakes up. He's like, "Yo, yo, yo, chill, homie." And the homie goes like, "Chill, homie, bro. I'm the owner of this tour. Get the fuck off my tour, bro." And fucking, we got kicked off, and dude, there were so many rumors. Like even at Lambgoat, I know we could have
because
sued.
he put out that statement too. That was kind of like, this will
Did
teach
he? I
them a
don't remember this.
lesson or something like that. Like,
Refresh my memory. Refresh my memory. You said
Well,
something about teaching.
well, yeah, no, I don't. I just remember. I don't have the exact quote, but like I remember like he put out like some sort of statement about kicking you guys off. Like,
Right.
So
and it was something to the effect like, these guys got to learn, or was like how he ended that.
Right. I do remember this. I remember that.
But you guys went back on, right? You guys.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
guys reconciled or got to talk more with them and cleared it up, I assume.
I love Kevin Lyman. I'll tell you the whole story. There's a lot more to it. So fucking, there's a lot more to it. So fucking, I remember we're kicked off the tour, and we're like, all right, let's fucking go home, bro. So like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I
what
wasn't
else are
really
you supposed to
stressing
do, anyways? Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, let's go home, dog. And fucking, I remember going on Lambgo, and like the title was like Volumes kicked off Warped Tour for using cocaine on video, and which is bullshit, by the way. You know what I mean? And fucking, I'm like, where's this video, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where is this so-called video? We could have sued them for that because that was 1000% false.
Mm-hmm.
And our man Derek caught a hold of them and was like, "What the fuck are you?" I don't know what he did, but that shit was removed immediately.
Mm.
And then fucking and then we didn't do one date, and then they're like, "You guys could come back." We had a meeting with Kevin, and he's like, "Yeah, you guys could go on tour, but you guys have to pick up all the monster cans, which is thousands of them, for the rest of the tour every day."
what?
We're like, yeah.
You're doing like when you get out of
Service,
jail
yeah.
and you need to you need to
Yeah,
work.
community service, and we're like, this is Warped Tour, like, like this is big for us, like it was like a big deal, and we were like, all right, we'll do it. And fucking, and on the last day of tour, the whole production of Warped Tour had a shirt that said Kevin Lyman is my homie because of what our driver told him. They were all wearing these shirts that said Kevin Lyman is my homie, which I need one of those shirts, dude.
This was the tweet though. One young band is going to learn a hard lesson in life today. So it does also like leave it up to speculation. Like there's no,
Oh, we learned, bro.
what
We
the
learned.
fuck
We were
did these
picking up.
guys do?
No, oh yeah, we got to the tour. Like when we got back on the tour, like and I mean everyone, you know what I mean, was like, I heard that you guys were like literally took your own shit and were throwing it inside Walmart. I'm like, where did this come from, bro? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And like they were blaming me. I'm like, I wasn't even there, gang. I was with the mice and men, bro. Tap in with them, they'll tell you. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck out of here. And yeah, crazy times. It was cool. Shout out Kevin Lyman. We went on to do Warped Tour a few more times after that. We did a total of 3 times. I would love to do it again with self-checkout. So Kevin Lyman, if you got your ears open, look a
How
honey up.
was Warped Tour for Volumes back then?
The
That
first dude,
aside.
it was always super lit, bro. They would always treat us very well. Such great memories because one of them it was during the World Cup, and I'm so like, actually, David from Buenos Aires called me yesterday. He's like, bro, it's the World Cup. Remember when we were on Warp Tour? This fool, dude, I remember like a game, like the US lost or something like that. This fool David takes a blowtorch and hit the TV with it. Just totally fucked it up because the game they lost the game. We were hammered. We didn't care. There was money. We didn't give a fuck. Like, but he did call me.
Wow.
Yeah, we were reminiscing. But dude, it was great. And as it the years like every time we would get it, dude, we would dude the crowds would just get bigger and bigger and at one point, bro. Like I really want to say the last time we did it, we were one of the highest draws on there. Like we weren't the highest one, but we definitely were in the top five, without a doubt. So,
And it was
you know what I mean? Like,
so you guys were the perfect band for a crowd. Like what I mean by that is, as much as I love metalcore, there are a lot of parts that it's just like it's riffs and you're like that's cool, but you guys could, like
move it.
yeah,
Yeah.
make everybody
Make a bounce, get it, dude.
bounce.
I would call
It's
for three mosh pits. I would literally be like, I want one right here, gang. I want one right here. I want one now. Let's go, bro. And they would do it.
pretty
You know what I mean?
crazy, like that's your I still have for the rest of my life I'm gonna have the old banner down, down, like it's
We're
always
most.
gonna be there because of that. But you would see it would no matter I'm pretty sure no matter if you don't know the band or the people in the crowd didn't know you guys, they're still gonna bounce and have fun during the show like that.
But like
I feel
we were definitely a festival band, bro. So like I feel like part of the big draw on Warped Tour wasn't because it was pure volumes fans. It was because people would get to the festival and be like, they would start talking. We got to go see these guys, bro. Like these fools turn it up, and then everybody would pull the fuck up. Dude. You know what I mean? Like there would be some fucking dates where I couldn't even see the end. Dude, it was like, you know what I mean? Like it was crazy. It was crazy.
We
You know what I
we
mean? And then when Mike Terry joined the band, bro, like that was such a legacy thing, bro. I have like I'm screaming with the motherfucker from Bury Your Dead. That
mhm.
was crazy.
Yeah.
full
You know what I mean?
circle 1000% full circle
I
moment.
grew up listening to Bury Your Dead. Grew up listening to this fools. Like huge fucking inspiration, dog. You know what I mean? And now I'm fucking screaming with this fool. And the first tour he did was Warped Tour
Okay.
with us.
Yeah,
With
yeah, yeah.
us.
Crazy.
Well, we didn't really touch on this either, but
We got
I
a lot
think
to touch up on.
yeah, but specifically because you bring up Mike too, like I think and like the live shows and stuff, like having the two vocalists, as much for like a songwriting perspective, like the back and forth between two vocalists. A lot of bands have tried to do it. But I feel like a lot of bands kind of missed the point. Candidly, here in Canada, Despised Icon made it so that every
That's where
deathcore
we
band
got
in the world here tried doing two vocalists, but always missing the point. Like both vocalists have the same tone. They're not really going back and forth. They're not doubling stuff at the same time. They're not being more entertaining live because there is like a back and forth so the other one
Could have been
can like
one.
hype up a crowd or something. Yeah, a lot of times that's what it comes down to. It could be one vocalist, right? But you guys were like one of those really good examples of being able to showcase different things and use it in a songwriting perspective and in a live format perspective, like in a really cool way. So I don't know if there's stuff you can touch on, like just the
yeah,
dynamic of
100%.
being in two vocalists and
100%.
volumes.
100%. So the two vocalist thing was my idea. You know what I mean? Originally, they just wanted me. And I was like, I had this like vision. I'm like, dude, let's do two vocalists, dude. Like, I know this real dope vocalist. His name is Mike Barr. He was in a band with my little brother, and he was my homie. And I was like, I really think this would be dope. And the whole inspiration from that, I pulled it from Despised Icon and Set Your Goals.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
Sick.
big fan of both. And dude, me and Diego went to go see Despised Icon so many times that Alex was like, I've seen you like 20 times, bro. And we became friends with him before Volumes was even a thing. So when Volumes became a thing, dude, Alex was like, mine was blown. He's like, bro, I remember meeting you guys when we were like 12, 13, 14 years old. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, dude, we grew up going to Despised shows. Like, Despised Icon is the blueprint for fucking deathcore. You know what I mean? Like, they are the fucking blueprint. Forget everything else. They were the ones, bro, that were mixing hardcore with death metal. You know what I mean? Like to a blend, to a level that they've blended that I feel like no one's really touched it on that point. Like it went that deathcore went like another way, which is really cool. But it was like dying fetus with hardcore breakdowns. It was the craziest thing ever, bro. It was like it was super lit. But yeah, it came from that. It came from Despised Icon and Set Your Goals.
And how you know, how would you kind of be able to speak on just that dynamic of having like another person to bounce off of, to go back and forth with, to
Well,
go
in the
back and forth
beginning,
between hyping crowds and doing the parts and
okay,
Even
so as far
writing.
as the writing aspect, bro, was real tricky in the beginning. So I would have to say, like, we're lucky that we have a really good producer, really two really good producers, Diego and Daniel Bronstein. And Mike Barr was always good at writing lyrics and shit. And a lot of the early shit, it wasn't because I wasn't writing. I was writing, and there's some parts in there, but it was just really hard to like. There was a lot of clashing between me and Mike Barr at the end of the day. Like I know everybody knows that. So it was really difficult to get into a room and write something together. So when we recorded No Sleep, he was like, I swear to God, this is how this was what he said. You know, he's like, if Gus is there, I don't want to be there. So we recorded our shit separately. It was like that. You know what I mean? So like I would be in the studio and I'd cut my shit, come in with my shit. Then he would come to the studio and he would cut his shit. There's a lot of tension, bro. A lot of tension behind the scene. And live, bro, it was just like an organic evolution of just being a band that toured nonstop. You know what I mean? So by the time like we really had that spotlight, like we were already pretty seasoned in that aspect. You know what I mean? Like we were already knew what the fuck we were doing. And then but as time, even though with all those like fucking uh all these like fucking hurdles we had to jump as far as like the writing, like it eventually was more evened out. And then
a lot of these songs ended up being like super personal songs as well, right? So there's like
very true. Mike Barr would write about his dad dying and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then by the time we get to different animals, I'm like writing super personal shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And fucking but yeah, it's difficult, but it's like I just wish that I think we were young, dude. We had egos, and we just didn't see the bigger picture because like it is possible. For example, like fast forward to now, me and Arn, exact opposite. Like we are so locked in when it comes to like writing music and like there's no fighting over what goes where. It's like it's such an organic, natural collaboration, and the message we're trying to convey is like we really feel that way because he has also had addiction abuse, you know, alcohol
Yeah.
abuse problems, addiction
Mhm.
problem, and it's like whatever sounds best is what we're both gonna be like. This is what needs to happen. You know what I mean? You know, this is what we need to do. You know what I mean? And it's like such like the chemistry is unreal, dude. And I wish I had that with Bar, but we just did not. You know what
Well,
I mean? And
was it different with
it was
Mike?
tricky. Mike was a lot easier to work with, 100%. Mike was a lot more of a team player, and he's a phenomenal performer, and he does his thing in the studio. Um, and when he write, like he's a little shy to write, and I didn't know why because what he writes is brilliant. So I would have to push him. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you would bury your dead, bro. Like, run this. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, Mike Terry was a lot. Mike Terry is a great guy. And not to say that Mike Barr isn't. I just didn't get along, and we haven't spoken in years.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know what kind of person Mike Barr is at today.
Yeah.
But fucking and with that said, bro, like I crashed out hardcore on a lot of people after my brother died, and I was on a lot of drugs, and like I just didn't handle it emotionally. I was like all over the place, and like like it was such a major shift in my life. Like I leave volumes. 2 weeks later, my brother dies. A week later after that, COVID starts. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I'm like strung out on opiates, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like trying to find a way out, but at the same time, I don't like after Diego died, bro. I remember telling myself like I'm gonna get fucked up every single day for the next couple of years. I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. Fuck you. And like I really regret that attitude because it burnt a lot of bridges. But I was just in such a mm, like I was so depressed, dude. My brother died, bro. Like I couldn't handle it, bro. I just didn't handle it right. I should have been. I should have sobered up. I should have gotten therapy. I didn't do any of those things. I just like locked myself in a room and got fucked up for a long time. You know what I mean? So that was that. So I apologize to everybody I crashed out on, but we're here now in the World Cup having a good time.
No, but honestly, and thanks for sharing all of that. What it means a lot. That to hear that, but it's always with in the few when you look back, you're like, oh, maybe I should have, but like no one can judge someone who's grieving. Like with all due respect, like it's like there's no guidebook for that. Like how
No,
you
Well,
know what I'm saying? Like
everyone grieves differently. First off, right?
so
it was just such a heavy loss, dude. It was just
Yeah.
like, like there's just because I'm a really I think real deep. So like I'm thinking like, man, my brother's not gonna be here for my wedding. He's never gonna meet my kids. I'm never gonna see him get married. Like all those thoughts were very, very fucking present. You know what I mean? Like like me and him had plans to do other shit musically, of course. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like the drug abuse did not help at all. It just like put a band-aid over like a broken arm or something. So like after all that, what I just mentioned, like, losing my brother, leaving the band, um, COVID, like, being inside all the time. I had a really beautiful girlfriend at the time that really helped me out. Shout out to her. Um, it was just like not dealing with it properly was like putting a band-aid over like a broken arm. It's just like, yo, bro, this shit's gonna get infected, it's gonna get worse. And that's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? And like I wasn't mentally healthy. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that part of my life like is why it's at the end of the day, like now that I'm better and I'm doing much, in October I'll be 3 months clean off all opiates, off all hard drugs. Like I do have a few drinks here and there. I'll smoke a little bit of bud, but that's it. Um,
Congrats, man.
congrats,
thank you. I
that's
appreciate.
it's huge.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, after getting better and everything, that's why me and Arn connect so hard, bro. Because it's also like I left, like it wasn't just that, bro. Like I also lost a lot of friends to those drugs, bro. Like
Yeah.
so many fucking friends, dude, are just died yesterday. Yesterday, my homie died
Mm.
from a fent overdose. You know what I mean?
Or
So it's like it's just never ending. And Arn has that same thing. He's lost a lot of friends, bro. Like, his one of his best friend, SK from I Killed the Prom Queen, and These Nuts fucking committed suicide, you know what I mean? So like there's a lot of like mental health shit that I had to work on. That's where me and Arn really connect. But yeah, just it's like a big chapter, I guess. It's not easy, but I'm much better, thank God.
Was there kind of like a, and if this is too personal, feel free, but
Okay.
was there like a moment for you, I assume, that was like, hey man, I gotta check into rehab, like because ultimately you did get clean, so
Surprisingly, when I did get clean off all those drugs, I didn't go to rehab.
mm,
It was just like for a few years now, dude, because I didn't for the last few years that I was doing heroin and shit, bro. I didn't want to do that shit, bro. I was just so physically dependent on it. You know what I mean? Like I was so over it. So like the first opportunity that I really saw, where I saw a window where I was like, I'm taking this, and that is a crazy story in itself, dude. I have no problem telling it. My buddy Danny Way. I don't know if you know who that is.
Okay, sure.
Of
Yeah.
course. I mean, it's like half my life.
Yeah.
My
skateboarding
man's
He's one of
I'm just buddies with one of the top
No.
skateboarders in the world.
one
Do
of
you
the
know
biggest
him?
legend
Yes.
on
He's
on
one of my
the
he's one of my
planet.
best friends, dude. He's one of
Okay.
my best friends.
Such a
And he
cool
was
dude.
like, he's the fucking man, bro.
Just his presence, his aura, the way he is so brilliant. Like I'm
Amazing.
sorry, amazing
Dude,
guy.
no, keep going, dude. Dude,
It-
he's goat.
it-
Like the definition of goat is that motherfucker.
so freaking humble for everything he's
Dude.
done. Like he
Dude.
could be that type of dude could enter a room just be like, yeah, I'm the shit, and I would be like, yes, like that's
Yes, you are, bro.
yes,
You
I
jumped
get
you
on.
jumped the Great Wall of China, bro. And
Yeah.
you started DC.
No
Like,
problem. Like it's like if there's a superhero, it could be him. So
that's how I tell the story. He came in like Superman. Like we were already like really, really good friends. And like, but I was like hiding my addiction, you know what I mean? A lot of people knew, but I wasn't like, hey, Danny, bro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause he was a really good friend. And we have one of my best friends is also one of his best friends. Like we were all really close. And he pulled me aside and he's like, hey, bro, like you should talk to Danny. Like in the 90s, that fool broke every bone you could think of. And he, by default, got hooked on these really hardcore opiates. And he got off of them. You know what I mean? Like you should really like talk to him. And like I was like, wow, I didn't know that. And we were hanging out one day and fucking at a studio, like, and I approached Danny and Danny's like, I got you, bro. Like I'll fucking show you the regiment, dog. And fucking I rented a fucking cabin in Lake Arrowhead for like a month and a half. And I fucking was like, let's go. And Danny's like, you're coming with me. We went to his house in San Diego. I fucking started withdrawing there. He stood by me the whole time. I used kratom and I used a little bit of weed and fucking I got off of that shit. I went through the withdrawals. Like I'm not gonna lie, I did take a little bit of Xanax to go to sleep, dude, because it was just so. It was the worst fucking. You know, like you're dying pretty much. Like you feel like death. You can't sleep. Like you're just insomnia. You're like hurting. You're throwing up. You're cold. You're hot. You know what I mean? You can't. It's like you're in such severe pain. So like you're just like any. I was willing to take anything that wasn't an opiate to go to sleep and get through this, and then I'll worry about everything else. And after spending some time in his house in San Diego, I rented this crib in Lake Arrowhead, and we all went up there, bro. And we set up a studio. I was making music. I was there with my buddy Zala. I was there with my buddy Dre. Producer name is Since When. He produced for Little Peep, produces for Little Tracy. Dude, he's a fucking legend, dude. And we all went up there, and I stayed up there for a month and a half, and they were just like making sure that I'm good and like everything's fine. I didn't go to rehab or anything. Like for that, I've been to rehab many times. But to get off, that's the interesting part. To get off this shit, I did not go. All of the times I went to rehab, it was more like a lot of pressure from my family. Like, you know what I mean? Which is not the way it should be done. Like, you know, when you
it has
actually
to
go to
come.
rehab,
Yeah.
it has to come from, I'm like a fucking living testimony to that. Because when I really wanted to get off this shit, I didn't go to rehab. I did it on my own, bro. With the help of Danny Way, my boys Since When, and my boys Apple, bro. And like, Danny showed me the regiment, man. And he's like such an inspiration. And like, you know what I mean? That fool works out. Like, he's like, you know, he works out with The Rock and shit. It's like, bro, like you're fucking. He's been like such an icon for so long that he's tapped in with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like everyone. So it's like hearing stories from this fool is like, you just like sit there like, whoa, bro, like you really lived that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and he became one of my closest friends, bro. Like that fool wears a shirt that says King Yogi and it has my face on it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have a picture. I'm like, I can't believe this. I'm like, this is like, you know what I mean? Like, this is my big bro right here. But yeah, dude, shout out Danny Way, man. Like he made a huge impact, a positive impact on my life when a lot of people turned away from me and kind of like counted me out. One of the biggest fucking icons in fucking extreme sports came in and was like, bro, you're one of the realest motherfuckers I've ever met, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I got you. And he really respects me because, you know, just like everybody else, he's like, are you really? Like, are you serious about getting off this shit? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I am, dog. You know what I mean? Like, this is the once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, you know what I mean? Forget rehab. This is like the sickest shit ever. I got Danny way right here, like telling me to fucking pull up and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who does that
Yeah,
happen to?
and to
It
have
was
the
Like,
time.
almost like, what is my life right
Yeah,
now? I
yeah.
don't.
Like, yes, it was like a really like humbling, sobering, like this is such like an insane experience, dude. Like, and I really I'm extremely grateful for that motherfucker, man. And like he's introduced me to so many cool people, and like I just saw him like 2 months ago when I went to LA. When I went the last time I went to LA, it was because Danny Way flew me out there because he's like, no, I need your studio. And I'm like, oh, I usually I would have someone open the studio for him, my brother or my dad or something like that. But they were all in Mexico.
Mm.
So I was like, hey, bro, you know, I'd never charge you for studio time, but there's no one in fucking, you know, there's no one in LA. So if you want to use my studio, just fly me out, bro. Pick me up in Tijuana. It's like $90. You're in SD. Pick me up in your Beamer. Let's drive to my studio. You don't got to pay a cent. And I fucking, yeah, flew me out. We went over there and he handled his shit for his new documentary. He's like, did some music shit. We were just chilling, had a good
So
time.
cool.
Yeah,
It
and
probably crossed
yeah,
your mind too, like I'm with Danny Way. Like, what the fuck? I know you might be. Of course, you're more used to it now, but it's just, I'm sure sometimes your brain is just like, I'm
yeah.
like friends with Danny. What is like
Bro,
going on?
I could call him whenever. I called him 2 days ago. What's up, Danny? Where you at? He's like, I'm with the president of El Salvador building skate parks in El Salvador. I'm like, dude, this fucking man.
Of
dude.
course you
Like-
are. Of course you are. Like that's I have like a really light and dumb, you can cut that off if you want, it's completely fine. But it made me laugh so much. I sent that shit to Dumb because I was crying, laughing. Like there was this interview with Danny Way, okay? And it just to show you how freaking respectful that dude is. You can tell that the interviewer doesn't know much about skateboarding, right? Like he does this interview. I think it was more music thing type thing. And instead of saying Plan B, he just saw the logo and he thought it was called B8. Like, so he's just like, so you started B8, and I see the face of Danny just being like, Plan B. And it's just like it was one of my favorite moments. Like you interview one of the, if not the biggest legend ever, and you don't even know what the British started.
Danny is the perfect example of like super humble,
Yeah.
like just his code of ethics is just like it's like, bro, you're like when you hang out with him, it's like you really are that motherfucker, bro. I'm about to say you really are that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you really are as real as it comes, bro. Like it just it's something else, man. There's no words to describe that human being, man. He's just it's what I call an original, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's very few are like him. Like very, very, very few, bro.
Every single story I heard about Danny, every single one of them from the skating world is either inspiring or helping someone every single time. And every comment is apparently when he walks in the room, just people, there's this like aura thing. People are just like, that's that, like, and he's not trying to do that. It just happens. That's what I heard.
He's
all the
just
time.
him, bro. He's just him, dude. Like I've had some moments with that guy, bro. Like some great moments with him, bro. Like just like thinking about it right now. Like I'm just like you can see me just like think like
Yeah.
some moments like just that honestly they're gonna have to stay between me and him. That's just one of those things. It's like a private friendship thing that I can't really talk about. Not that they're bad or anything. It's just between me and him. But
no,
they're very
yeah.
beautiful, very beautiful moments. Like very, very beautiful moments. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but hearing your story, first of all, you have a crazy life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a almost like kind of a movie thing, but also and I don't know if you believe in these things, but it almost feels like you know, you're being watched over. Like it feels like in the darkest moment, boom, like you've got like I
Yeah.
don't know if you feel like that
Yeah.
sometimes. It's like, wow, that's it's crazy. Like from your
Dude,
stories, it's like when you're down, you're like you've got these crazy moments.
so like all that happened. I got clean. I'm gonna go into some serious shit, bro. Some people don't know about this, but a lot of people do know about this. Some people don't. Some people don't. I haven't really said it as publicly as I'm about to say it right now, like on a podcast. But after I fucking sobered up off all those hardcore drugs and shit, like I'll say about like 8 months into that journey, um, my homie pulled up on me in LA, and he was going through it, you know what I mean? But we had a really nice night. I was kicking back a few twisted teas. I love twisted teas, by the way. Shout out twisted tea.
Shout out Twisted Teas. Yeah.
And super light, you know what I mean? Listening to music, like, having a few twisted teas, making some burgers and shit. We had a really nice night, dude. Really deep combo. Slept over. He woke up, made breakfast, was chilling. And this fool fucking picked up his gun, bro, and he just blew his head off right in front of me. Just
Okay.
like, dude, like a 2 feet from me, 3 feet. And at that moment, like when like really close friends of mine like heard about that shit, dude, they're like, "Hey, bro, like at one point you gotta like look at your life and be like, this shit, the universe is telling you something, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like your life is insane, dog, in like really good ways and really like crazy ways. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's like I do feel like there's some intervening something, bro. At this point, it's like impossible to ignore. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel like the universe is like speaking to me in some ways because there's just too many insane things to just ignore. And my best friend told me that, who's a G, by the way. His name is Pat Wang. He was a pro BMX rider.
Oh,
We grew up together. Now he just fucking fishes and is a full-time dad and he's one of the coolest, most dopest humans ever. But he's super intelligent, dog. It's a Chinese motherfucker. Go figure. Or fucking people, yeah, we had a serious talk after that. He's like, dog, the universe is telling me something, man. Like, you feel me? And that was like the deciding factor. I was already thinking about it to move to Mexico. I just wanted
Okay.
to get away. I wanted to get away from all that and focus on my mental health. And I was in a good place because I wasn't doing hard drugs anymore. And I just made that leap and I moved to Puerto Escondido. You know what I'm saying? And I was there, which is like a really cool surf fishing town. If you guys are surfers, know what's up. There,
Mm-hmm.
it's a pro surfing spot. It's called Puerto Escondido. It's got the only pipeline on this continent, like surfing pipeline. So like the waves are massive. Beautiful place. And I was there for like 6 months and started drinking a little bit too much for my liking, like a lot of tequila. So, and alcohol has never been an issue for me, but I just didn't want to like replace one thing with another. And I just went through some serious trauma. So first time I checked myself in, kind of forced, but I stayed. And I'm glad I did to, but it was for this trauma. It was, I went to rehab again for 6 months, but it wasn't for substance abuse this time. It was for like, yo, bro, you just saw some people off themselves. Like you gotta like, you've had trauma in your past and you handled it really wrong. So I was also really scared I was gonna handle it wrong again.
Yeah.
And this time I did it right, you know? And I'm really happy I did it, but I was in inpatient rehab for 6 months for trauma. And I'm still really good friends with my therapist and people from there. And it was a great, it was a nice like thing. It was, like when you're in, you're like, yeah, I want to get out. I want to get out. But like in looking back at it, I was like, yo, it was actually a good thing I was there. Got out, you know what I mean? Rented a spot and I've been there with my cat ever since. Started self-checkout in rehab. You know what I mean? Like I was like, it was like a big moment where I was like, okay, what am I gonna do next? Like I can't just like get out and like idle.
Right.
Because
You
that's
gotta
that's your
you gotta be able to put yourself into something,
you
have something
you
to.
got to, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when you're an addict, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's your worst enemy is being bored, bro. Because then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, let's go do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like in rehab, I got a hold of Aaron, and this is when like this whole thing was happening with Amity. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I was talking to him, bro, and he was going through it, bro. And I really can't like dive into too many details on his part because you know I gotta respect his privacy. But just
Mhm.
basically, long story short, is like he was going through it, bro. You know, bad breakup from his pretty much is like his wife. They weren't technically married, but in Australia, if you've been longer with someone for 7 years, it's your fucking wife.
Mhm.
And like you know that they're gonna take half of everything. And anyway, so like he went through a really bad breakup and was going through it. You know what I mean? And kind of at this really low point emotionally for him, and like you know, and battling with this abuse. They like this band just to me, it's like you call it the Amity affliction, and you just fucking like abandon your homie, dog. Like it didn't sit with me well, dog. And those are all really good friends of mine, you know. And I'm not throwing no shade at nobody. I'm just saying, like, bro, like your homie needs you, bro. And we're at this age where, like, you know, we've been touring for so long, and like mental health is such a hard thing to keep a healthy thing on tour. Me and Aaron are perfect examples of someone that didn't do it healthy. So like, you know what I mean? Like there's all these people dying around us, bro. Like we have all these serious problems. Like he's going through a really hard time, dog, and now his fucking way of life is gone. To how like you know like is you just abandoned it, dog. So I really like felt for him, bro, and I'm like that's not like I don't agree with that, you know, and I'll just leave it at that. And dude, I had a fire in me burning it. Yeah, I still do, and I was like, let's fucking do our own thing, bro. And he was so about it, you know. He's dude, I fucking love that idea, dude. Like, so you're one of the real, I love you. He's like, I love you. You're a real motherfucker, bro. He's like, you're because a lot of people talk shit about me, and a lot of people talk shit about him. But if you actually sit down and talk to us, you're like, this was a fucking. There's something there. Um, and we started that journey of self checkout, and our new single is about to about to drop. But we made it very clear because Lucy, his wife, is a major part of self checkout. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like she, you know what I mean? She manages us, she handles it. Cause like, dude, me and him, we might crash out.
Okay.
We're like
Well,
known crash out.
we'll leave the music part to you guys. So let her handle the rest.
So like, I don't have like I told like me and Aaron were like, dude, we can't have access to the IG or any of that.
So
You know what I
if
mean?
I
Like-
ever see an all caps post on the on the self checkout page, I'll know,
You know
what's
where
up.
it came from. Yeah. No, but it was like a super conscious decision. Like, bro, me and you are not allowed to have the IG. We're gonna give it to Lucy because we might have a bad day, and if we're gonna fucking scorch the earth on Twitter or whatever the fuck, you know, like how we've done before on fucking IG. So we're leave the music thing, and yeah. And she also has her inputs and shit. She's got great music taste, but like we write everything, right? And yeah, man, it's been beautiful. And we made it for like a very right when we started the band, we're like, hey, bro, this is amazing. But if either one of us is like, hey, I need time right now to focus on this,
Mm-hmm.
we have each other's back on there. You know what I mean? It's like the whole thing with self checkout, it's like a mental health, addiction, alcohol abuse, suicide, like message from from motherfuckers that really lived it. So like the message is so profound, and I love that, dude, because it's so real. It's a part we're not faking it. It's just like really just pouring out of us. You know what I mean? And it's like not that many people have really lived. A lot of people have, but like there's a lot of people that haven't. You know what I mean? And so it resonates with a lot of motherfuckers. And I from the get go, like I know, dude, the industry was like, oh no, here we go. You know what I mean? Like, and I kind of gotten some inside information, like, yeah, bro, like they think you guys are just gonna implode or some shit, but like we're really got our shit together when it comes to self checkout. Like, and all I gotta say is, look what happened the last time either one of us started a band,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like, you need to fucking break you. But yeah, shout out Aaron. I love you very much, man, and I love you too, Lucy.
You guys have also been collaborating with different people on self checkout. You guys have been working with some cool people. Instrumentally.
Our producers are the two motherfuckers, Chris and Justin from Wind Waker,
Yeah.
and they're sick, bro.
Well, Justin, he does two Octavia too, right?
Dude, I'm the first time I'm hearing that. I just know I love his work. That's all I gotta say.
Well,
I know he
mean,
works with Wind
both
Waker.
bands. Wind Waker's fucking awesome. And they're like a man. Okay. That's again. It's the producer thing, dude. Because Wind Waker, you look at what they've done musically, and it's like so eclectic, and from a production standpoint, like has all these elements that no other fucking band has. You know, the way they incorporate pop, but also electronics, but it's metalcore. I don't know. It's yeah, producer brain for sure.
They're super sick, bro. I really fuck with them. Shout out to them. We're keeping the team small. No one else is in the band. It's just me and Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
When we do tour, we'll hire musicians. It's just a lot less of a headache. We don't want 5 cooks in the kitchen, bro. Me and him got it, and then we send it off to whoever we're producing with at that moment. This motherfucker Aaron's a fountain of ideas, dog. It's unreal. How fucking much original shit comes in, like on all aspects, from lyrics to riffs to fucking drawing designs. He came up with the self-checkout name. Like, we both decided on it, but he was the one's like, what do you think about this? I'm like, bro, that's hard as fuck. You know what I mean? It's like self-checkout out of rehab, self-checkout suicide. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's hard as fuck. The
Casper design fucking rules, dude.
That's him, bro. That's fucking Arn's little genius ass, dude. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, just going hard in the paint. Dude. It's like, dude, blessed to be in a band with that fool, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll be the Amity lost something real, like, bro, from working with this guy, I don't know how the fuck they just got rid of him. You know what I mean? Like they should have just I don't know, just like taking a little bit of time off, you know, give the homie a little break. You know what I'm saying? Joel showed me some solo shit that was really good. Like, I'll be first to say that no one's heard. He has never put it out. It was great. If I was him, I would have been like, all right, let's take a break. Aaron needs to work on himself, and go work on your solo shit, bro. You know what I mean? Because it was fucking fire. He showed it to me. Showed it to me in my studio in LA one time. So that's like off the top of my head what I would have done, but like it's on them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have a question, kind of piggyback on like I guess addiction, but you know, post getting off it, like how have you been living with it, like moving forward? Because I assume it's not like necessarily the easiest journey either, right? There's clearly a constant, probably a bit of a struggle with that. So I'd be curious if you're open to talking about that, like how you deal with it, or you know,
100%. So 100%. So my journey, getting off all those drugs, I'm not fully sober. I'll be real with you. You know what I mean? I still fucking have a beer. I still fucking have some tequila. I'll still smoke a J every now and then.
To each their own. I don't think the goal for everyone is to necessarily be straight edge coming out of it, right?
Right. But I mean, like, I was completely sober for like 7 months, but then, like, you know, I was like, I want to have a beer. I'm chilling. I've been straight ever since. So I just want to get that clear. You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to, like, I don't know, hide something or not be completely honest or whatever. I'm just trying to be straightforward here. My journey to get off all these really hard drugs has been like, it was like a journey of 13 years. When I first got hooked on heroin, I was like 19, right? And then the addiction wasn't as bad. I mean, it's no matter what, it's bad, but it wasn't like, I was touring a lot and I wasn't using on the road. So like the first couple of days on tour, I would be like, I wasn't doing enough to be like sick for a full month. If I got off of it, I'll only be sick for a few days. And then there was like a good like three year era where I was completely off of all opiates and shit, and I would drink a little bit here, maybe smoke a little bit here. No, actually smoke a lot. I was smoking a lot back then, but I wasn't drinking like that. Occasional like Xanax binge, you know what I mean? Like, but I mean occasional because like if we're, when you're on tour, you can't just like get all that, you know what I mean? And and then I relapsed, and I remember thinking like, oh, just one time, just once,
Yeah, that's
and that one,
that's the
that
catch, right?
one
That's
time,
how they
yeah, yeah, and that one time turns into like 5 years. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And then I had like another year, like another like 11 months that I got off of it again, off of dope again. And then I relapsed and it turned into like 3 years, bro. And then I remember it during that last 3 years of using, I remember thinking to myself, like, dude, if you ever get off this shit again, you could never touch it because it's unequivocally without a doubt, you touch this shit and it turns into years or forever. So
Yeah.
that's why they say that relapse is part of addiction, because I mean part of recovery. Relapse is part of recovery because that's where it sinks in that you can't touch it one time. You know what I mean? So I learned it the hard way, but that now it's like super mega clear that I can't touch any opiate, any no Zans, no fucking meth, 'cause I was dabbling in that too. None of that shit, dog. You know what I mean? And I have zero, I below. I think it's like it disgusts me at this point to even like I have no I don't want anything to do with that shit, dog. Like I suffered so fucking much because of that fucking drug, bro. And I worked so hard to change my life around, and I'm super happy not having this ball and chain attached to me because that's what it felt like. It felt like I was like locked up. You know what I mean? Like can't go anywhere without fucking being next to your dealer or having some shit on. I hate that feeling, bro. So like right now at this moment, dog, for the last couple of years, I don't want anything to do with that shit. I don't even think about it like that. I don't even have like these like craving, none of that shit. You know what I mean? Like none of that shit. But it took a long time to get there because the first couple stints that I left it, the cravings were there. I
Yeah.
did miss it. You know what I mean? Like
You
now
were
it's
like
not like
but
that.
consciously having to push back against it until the one time you give in, and then same thing over
Yeah,
again.
yeah, because it wasn't like, yeah, this is like a much different. It's so different now. Like this time around, getting off of it, and like it's just so clear. It's just been such a long journey to get here. It wasn't like an overnight thing. It was like a decade plus of just, yeah. So right now, bro, like I don't have those feel. I don't miss it. I don't want to do it. I don't have no cravings. It's like it repels me. I don't want to fucking be around that shit, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even if you do it, bro, like I respectfully can't even be your friend. Like I'll be your friend, but I can't hang around you, bro. I
Yeah, you
just
can't be
don't.
around it. Yeah, that's it.
I don't.
To your point again, like moving out to Mexico is kind of that. Like
It's not.
your
It's not
your
even.
whole surrounding was
I trust
your life
myself.
of yeah.
Right. I trust myself. It's not that I don't want to be around it because I think I'm gonna relapse. It's fine. It's just too many memories of I don't want to be around that shit, bro. It's just depressing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, like this is
It's
like
dark.
it's dark, bro. It's dark. It's not cool, dog. Like I don't want to be around that vibe, dog. That's not me right now. Like that's like, so
You feel
that's why I don't want to hang. That's why I don't want to be like that's why I said I'll be your friend, and if you ever need to talk to me, I got you, bro. Like I'll fucking talk to you all day, like and help you through whatever you need. But I respectfully can't hang around that shit, bro. I don't want to be around that shit. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's
Yeah.
I trust myself 1,000%. When I go to LA, when the first time I went to LA after I got sober, after I moved to Mexico, sober but off these drugs, dude, my parents were fucking frightened, dude. They're like, dude, like you're gonna that's where you know how to get whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I told my dad, I'm like, you have nothing to worry about. Like I'm going there for different reasons. I'm going there to visit home. I want to see my friends I grew up with. I want to see my brother. I want to be in the house I grew up. You know what I mean? I want to say what's up. Like I want to fucking, it's fucking. I grew up there.
Yeah.
It's my home. it's like, so I went there for healthy reasons and shit. And yeah, no problem at all. And yeah, I do tap in every now and then because, dude, that part of the drug game, dude, is 99% of the people are shitheads. But there are a few people where I'm like, dude, it's so sad because you're actually a really good person. You're just stuck in this shit fucking environment. And fucking those very select few, I still fucking tap in every now and then, like, hey, how you doing? Are you okay, bro? Like, what's up? Speak to me, man. But it's so, it sucks because they got nothing to live for, bro. Like, they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very
Yeah.
lucky, dude. I'm very lucky that like I had like a career with volumes, and like I have music that I can get into, and I have a beautiful family, and I have like aspiring goals. These motherfuckers don't have any of that, you know? So like it's, you know what I mean? Like when I was like getting off this shit, I was thinking about like you like what fulfills you, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like having a beautiful girlfriend, like being with your family, like eventually I would love to have a kid, making music. That's the shit that really makes me happy. These motherfuckers don't have any of that. So it's super
No,
sad.
I remember, like, because I won't pretend I went to the same things. Obviously, it wasn't at that level, but I had like actually a lot of addiction for a while. I was honestly in love with weed for the longest time. I was speaking way too much, and I had a couple of things like that, and it went a bit further than that. And I remember feeling trapped. Like that's how I felt. Like for I'm gonna speak for myself, but there was this stage of almost acceptance that this is gonna be it. Like that's gonna be
This is your life
that's
now. This
yeah.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. And one of the first one of the thing I've noticed afterwards, because I stopped everything at like once, but it also removed myself for like a lot of friends that I thought were friends type things. Like what happened a lot is that you feel like you have a lot of friends, and then you notice that you didn't have a lot of real friends in that environment. So I can relate to that because I would see people that were brilliant, great people, and when you're super young, it might seem kind of not cool, but it's more of like party and it's fun. It's fun. Like I
It's your way
remember
to
It
thinking,
always
socialize
starts
and
out, it always starts out as you're having a good time, it's fun, this is
yeah,
awesome. And
no big deal.
it ends with the worst of the worst, especially with a drug like and I'm not, dude, if you felt that way about weed, bro, like good for you, dog. Like and you got out of it, like you know what needs to be done. You know what I mean? Like I will never minimize nobody's like addiction problems, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if that's how you feel, bro, like respect to you, bro, and then you realize that and you can handle it, that's great, bro. But yeah,
Thanks,
with
man. That,
something like with heroin, it's like it starts out fun like weed, bro, but that shit is the worst. Dog. Everybody dies, ends up in prison, or you're on the street. Like those are the three things that you know what I'm saying.
the only
So like
yeah,
outcomes.
no,
those are
Yeah.
no, no. Yeah,
those are the only outcomes, gang. There's no such thing as a successful heroin addict, like a long-term heroin. There's plenty of people that have did it and then got off of it and then
yeah.
you know what I mean? They fucking do their thing and like yeah, bro. It's like it becomes a super dark, depressing, like just surrounded by death. Like look, yesterday another one of my homies died. You know what I mean? And like last time I saw him, when I saw him last time I went to LA, and he was clean, the motherfucker, bro.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? He was clean, he was great.
hope
And
this should never
fucking
happen. Like never.
and dude, I got a phone call last night, and I'm like, fuck, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, bro, you can't play with that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Because my heroin addiction led to fentanyl. So like the last couple of years I was on fent and I was going hard, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's supposed to be one little speck kills you, bro. My tolerance is so high I could hit like a gram or two a day, which is insane. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
can't now that
lucky to be alive type shit, you know?
oh bro, I
Oh,
died. I died once. You know what I mean? Like I fucking overdosed, woke up in the back of an ambulance, like, bro, you died. Like we just brought you back to life. And my crazy ass was like, let me the fuck. He was like, we gotta take you to the hospital. I'm like, fuck no, get me the fuck out of this ambulance. He's like, you hit me with some Narcan, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah. Fucking get out the fucking ambulance. My mom picks me up. She knows what's going on. Takes me over. I hit the other Narcan. Because when you get hit with Narcan, bro, you have like 20 minutes.
Mm.
before you start throwing up, you start sweating, you start shitting all at the same time. So I was like, oh fuck, dude, I'm on a time limit right now. I gotta get home into a bathroom. And you're like, I'm on a toilet with a bucket just dying. You know what I mean? Because you go through reciprocated withdrawal. It like it's literally expelling everything out of you, it's
Yeah, like
pushing everything out of you.
one shot. Yeah.
It's through the
Crazy.
nose. Yeah. So it's like I lived through all that shit, dude. And and I talk about it because it's you need it. You can't. I can't hold that shit in me like that, bro. Like you can't bottle up all those. You know what I mean? Like my therapist even tells me, like, you speak about it, bro. Like speak about it. Like you have people look up to you. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people, you have a platform. Like you were a part of something. My therapist, just out of coincidence, is a metal fan. So when I pulled up to the last rehab, she's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Like she couldn't believe it because I'm out in Mexico. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she saw like how I started self checkout with Arn inside. He's like, "Yo, this is awesome." But going back to the addiction shit, yeah, man, that shit is a. I talk about it. I have no problem speaking about it. It's part of my past. It's part of my life, and I feel like it's important to let those emotions out, and especially now that I'm like on the other side of it, and I could, it's so possible to get off all that shit, dude. You just you really have to want to do it. That's
Yeah.
if you don't if you don't want to do it, bro, then rehab will never work. Sorry, it just will never work.
It needs to come from
It
you,
needs to
and
come from you, bro. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like
And not to
that's
tell
it.
you how to feel, by the way, but you should, like, even beyond that, it's something to be proud that you went out. Like you say, like, oh, it's good to talk about it, but from my perspective, it's also something to be proud. You went through hell
Right.
and came back, and you did the work. You're saying you got help, and that's amazing. But at the end of the day, it was your journey, and you went through hell. So
It's
it's
just
something to be, you
no,
know.
for sure, and I am really proud of it. It's just um I pick and choose when to talk about it. Like right now, it's an appropriate time to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they get they like trip out in a way where like, oh, this feels crazy, dude, and it pushes people away.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really speak about it with a lot of people, but if the circumstance is right, I have no issue talking about it, and I am 100% proud of it. And I did a massive, I put all my energy and effort into changing my life around, bro. Like moved to another country, fucking, so got stopped doing all these drugs, fucking focused on the right things, focused on my family. Like right now, I have a new job. You know what I mean, with Junior H, which is fucking sick as fuck, dude. Like talk about like that shit's inspiring, bro. Like that feels on some crazy level, bro. Like you think bringing the horizons big, bro? You don't even know. This fool's on some other shit. It's like
Well,
and bring me the horizon.
talk about that a little bit. Like because you just got back from a tour with them. Like it
Yeah,
is on some crazy shit. Put it into perspective
crazy.
for people who don't know. Like,
So Junior H is he's a Latin Mexican artist. He does corridos. He also does kind of more like trappy shit. And my brother is his producer. So like that's how I met him and got to know him. And bro, he just sold out 2 dates in Mexico City in one day for 40,000 people. So just you know what I'm saying? So like just put that, think about that. And like the last time he did Mexico City, he did 3 days, 35,000 people each day, same venue, back to back. You know what I mean? So like I'm blessed that my brothers like they know this motherfuckers know like his team and shit. Like they're like, oh, this you toured your ass, like you toured a lot, dude. So you know what it is. So like I'm teching, I'm working on helping the in-ear monitor guy. I'm backstage, I'm fucking help run the show. And it's like it's super dope to see my brother because I used to bring my brother on my tours. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, hey, have a bunk. Now it's the other way around. Now it's like my brother's like, hey, come on tour with me, right? And it's like this really crazy level, and like gave me a job because it's like it's the biggest level there is. You know what I mean? Like it's gnarly. He just announced a stadium run in Mexico, 12 dates, all stadiums, and I know he's doing a U.S. run next year as well. We just did South America. We did 7 countries in like 18 days. Huge crowds. Um, Completely different level of like from the way it's run. I'm not just talking about how like the people, like the crowds. I'm talking about like the way the tour is ran. You know what I mean? It feels like a mini Warp Tour. You know what I mean? So like when I say that, it's like Warp Tour. It's like I don't know, 300 of us traveling or 400 or I don't know how a lot, right?
Yeah.
This is like 65 Mexicans landing at once, right? It's different Latin
For like
countries.
one
You
man.
really from one guy. You know what I mean? From one man.
For a
You know
solo
what I mean?
songwriter,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's like, and he's on a private jet. He has a jet. Like the label owner is baller. He let him borrow his jet with 40 to 40 people, private jet, bro. So like 40 of us are flying private jet, rest commercial. But when we land, bro, you feel the presence of Mexico. Hardcore. You know what I mean? It's like so beautiful, bro. It's like this is incredible, man. Like we're just having a ball, man. You know what I mean? Just having a good time, and he's a
Another
really good.
league, though. With all due respect,
Yeah,
I don't think there's many deathcore, metalcore bands with jets at the moment.
dude. No, this dude's on some other shit, bro. Like I've really toured and done it. I'm telling you, dude. This fool's like on some. He sold out this Dodger Stadium before.
Mm-hmm.
Like Michael
It's
Jackson
crazy.
did that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Big,
super
big
sick.
leagues.
And
Dude, this guy.
correct me if I'm wrong, but that was also kind of, you know, an opportunity you were only really be able to get because you got sober, right?
Oh, dude, my brother would have never in a million years would have fucking like let that opportunity. He wouldn't have. It's like, bro, you're not in the right state of mind. But because I was, he's like, bro, he's like, older bro, dude, like you're doing good. Your head's on straight. It's been a few years. Come the fuck over here, man. Like you need a job right now. I got you. And it was a
I point
blessing.
that
And
out
like,
because that's like a, you know, there's like cool stuff on the other side of, the opportunities, the stuff that you get to be doing now is like, a lot of it is kind of piggybacking off of, coming clean.
100%, dude. 100%. And it's super cool that it's at that level or anything. But the number one thing that like I love about this particular situation is that I'm with my bro. I'm with my
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
brother. And like the connection me and my little brother have right now is at an all-time high. We lost our other brother, bro. You know? And like when Diego passed away, Andres wasn't a hot producer yet. Like he was still like, like still working his ass off, like barely making bread and everything. And like and then now he's like one of the hottest producers in Latin America. Everybody's trying to work with him, bro. Everybody. If he's got diamond records, like you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like diamond records. Think about that. Not platinum, diamond. Like you know what I mean?
That's
Like
a-
that's crazy as fuck. Little brother's going crazy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And he's super humble and it was really funny when I first started hanging out with the Sad Boys. That's what they call
The
Junior calls
crew.
his team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I walk in and they're like in Spanish. I'll say it in English, but in Spanish, like, oh shit, it's like a bad version of Andres because I'm fully tatted and you know, and Andres has no tattoos and he looks exactly like me. They're like, dude, you
You
have
get
to be
the
Andres's
light and
brother.
dark
villain
version of
version.
the, yeah.
they're they're like, you have to be your Andres's brother. There's no way. I'm like, yeah, yeah. He's like, I've heard about you. You're crazy. I'm like, dude.
I mean, no, that's crazy, man. It must be a trip to like, it's kind of we made it through all of that, with your brother and stuff like that. You're looking at the big picture, and you're like,
Bro, I
dude,
fucking cry sometimes, bro. I'm looking at my brother playing in front of 35,000 people. His songs, by the way, he's not just playing live piano. It's fucking his song he produced. So like, I'm fucking looking at this. I'm like, this is insane, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and I start tearing up. You know what I mean? And like, for those Mexico City dates, Junior brought an orchestra, and he called my pops to be the motherfucker with
that's
the
incredible.
wand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm looking at my brother and my dad and Junior singing with his band in front of 35,000 people. You know what I mean? I'm just like, this is, you know, I'm
Crazy.
fucking crying, dude. I'm like, this is like, you know, like Diego died for this or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really, really gnarly.
That's crazy.
Really,
It's
really.
like it must. I'm sure you thought a few times like my life is kind of like a movie type thing. Like I mean that's dude. Like all
There's,
you went through, all the and to make it, not only just make it, even if you remove all of that, just you getting out of, in my opinion, out of addiction, it's already like it's a triumph story. It's amazing. But with all of these things and just like you right now as a songwriter and what you do and with your brother, it's like must be a trip to be like, I cannot believe everything I went through in this life type thing.
yeah, dude, it's, sometimes I kind of have to like hit pause and that feeling comes over me and I'm like, this is not normal. You know what I mean? And I'm very grateful. I'm very humbled. Um, not everything that's happened in my life is something that wouldn't want on my worst enemy, but there's a lot of beautiful things that I've gotten to do, and just you know, it all came from music, from pursuing something very pure, you know, and I'm excited to see what's next. You know what I mean? What future holds. When I tour with X, listen to this tour. Tour's crazy, bro. It was Puya, Suicide Boys, Germ, Fat Nick, me, Shakewell, and on the fucking Florida dates, Craig Zen and Extentacion was on it. So like how every, you know, when like a band gets to their home state, they kind of peel off,
Sure.
right? So like when we got to Florida, all the Florida boys, which is like Puya, Fat Nick, Mikey the Magician, who was like tour managing. He's also an artist, great producer, does a lot of shit. They all peeled off. So like the Sprinter van was a lot more empty, and it was just me, Shakewell, Suicide Boys, and X in there. I think Craig Zen was in too. And me, Shake, and X stayed in Mikey's studio, and I don't know what Suicide Boys went, but yeah, dude, it was like when I got to hang out with him. This is pre-jail. This is before, because there's two different X's, bro.
Sure.
You know what I mean? There's two different X's. Not everybody got to meet both of them. Luckily, I mean, fortunately, I did. When this motherfucker was before he went to jail, dog, he was a crazy. Like, who is this kid, bro? You know what I mean? Like, I remember Scrim from Suicide Boys being like, in his like southern accent, he's like, man, you are the future of this scene, man. Like, I'm like, and he was like right on the dot with that shit, bro. Like, and fucking, and then he went to jail and he came out and it was like some like Mandela effect. Like he came out and he was just completely different human being. He was just like regretted a lot of because he did some shit that most people would be like, yo, fuck you, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I'm not even gonna talk about
I
that,
mean,
but
look, he landed in jail. I mean, we can assume as much as
yeah,
that.
but for you could land in jail and it's for reasons that like don't bother me, bro. You just might have sold drugs, you might have like, you know,
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
whatever, bro. This fool like hit women and shit. You know what I mean? Like, which is not cool at all. I don't stand by that. But when he got out of jail, dude, like the best thing, this is coming. I'm someone that's crashed and burned and fucked up. I've never done anything like that, but I've done a lot of other dumbass shit. And the best thing you can do is know that you fucked up and stand up and be like, hey man, I fucked up. And I fucking feel shitty about that shit, bro. And that wasn't the way. And he did that,
Hmm.
which made me be like, bro, you're a real one for that. Because not everyone has the balls to stand up and say, you know what I mean, that shit. And it was two completely different human beings. And he was such a real one, bro. You knew that there was something there. It was like lightning in a bottle, bro. Like seeing those first early shows. I remember like we were doing this show, I think it was just in Orlando, a place where I played with volumes a few times. And you know those mic stands, but the bottom is like fucking like a plate of iron or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker spun that shit and threw it into the crowd. I just, I just remember Mikey the Magician like turned white, dog, because he was like tour manager, and he was like, bro, he's like, what the fuck? You're gonna kill somebody, dude. And he's like, he didn't give a fuck. He was all like turned up, like, and so he did his set was with Craig Zen, so like they would both come out. And me and Craig are legit really good friends. He's part of X's crew. Like he
Sure.
lived with me for a while and all that shit. Because remind you, like me and X to become good friends, but this is right when I just started, right when I met him. So, I just met him a few days before that. And Craig comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, bro, can you like DJ or set?" I'm like, "Bro, I got a set after you." So I put on a ski mask, so no one knew it was me, so I can kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll DJ X's and Craig's on set. And it's funny because I'm like, dude, you don't even need a DJ because what they did was they like put all the tracks into like, I don't know, Ableton or some shit and then bounced it. So it was like a
Just
145-minute
yeah,
one. I'm
just
like,
press play and yeah.
so I'm like, bro, you don't even need me, gang. Like, dude, I just like click. That's it for the whole set, bro. And I'm just like chilling there, like just like watching X. Like, this is special. You know what I mean? It was really cool. It was really, really cool. Got to play some shows with Peep as well. Got to bro down with Peep, bro. Like, I used to live in a house in somewhere in the valley. And my roommate, the owner of the house, his name is Zillas. I don't know if you know who that is. Legend in rap game.
Okay.
And I lived there. Everybody knew the house in the rap game. So like, and he had some business to do in Arizona. So he's like, he gave me the keys. Like, "Hey, bro, just hold down the house for a couple of days." So I was by myself, just chilling. And one day, someone knocks on the door, and it's fucking Little Peep, dude. And he's like, his name is Gus. And my name is Gus too. So like, when we met, it wasn't like, "Hey, Pete, meet Yogi." It was like, "Hey, Gus, meet Gus." But he gets there. I didn't know at the time what he was going through. Um, Now I do. You know what I mean? But I was like, "Yo, what's up, dude?" Just pulled up. He's like, and then immediately after that, Trap calls me. He's like, "Hey, he wants somewhere to lay low for a little bit. Like, there's a lot of this is when he was blowing the fuck up. So there was like a
Yeah.
lot of too much going around him, right?" And he's like, "Hey, man, he just wanted to like somewhere low key, don't invite nobody, just." And this whole Trap like sells every drug on the planet. So he's like, "Go to my room and fucking grab him whatever he wants." I'm like, "Okay." And me and Pete got fucked up off Zans, bro, and we watched YouTube for like 12 hours and laughed
My
and
God.
just had like a really, really, really good like homie moment. And that's probably my best memory with him because we did play a few shows together. But that was my favorite moment of him. Like it was just me and him, just like
Just
on some
hanging out.
typical
Yeah.
homie shit. Yeah, like we were
Yeah.
smoking weed, like watching YouTube, like memes and just laughing and just like, it was really, really good time. But yeah, like all those motherfuckers, like even Suicide Boys, like, thank God they're still alive, bro. You just knew something really special was going on. It was a really privileged thing to see it from so close and to get to like,
As it was
you know,
bubbling up,
as
especially,
it was going. And this is
Yeah.
when Puya did the volumes thing. That was like my idea as well. And it was just like, yeah, it was lit, dude. It was a great thing. And I wanted to do a whole EP with Puya, but
Mm.
Diego was about it. But the rest of the volumes guys weren't. And I'm like, dude, come on. Because look at what Knock Loose is doing, dog. They did that shit with Denzel Curry.
Yeah.
We are the blueprint gang. Don't forget. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like because Puya is from that scene, from the Denzel Curry scene. Florida, underground shit, SoundCloud. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like when I see Knock Loose doing that with Denzel Curry, I was like, that's super sick. I think I remember it.
And
I did something
and
too.
people and yeah, it's resonating with people. People fuck with it too, right? Because there's like
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
mashups like that people are kind of like, what the fuck. But I think Knock Loose is like the right band too to do. I think
Yeah.
Volumes would have been the right band to do that sort of stuff, like more of that as well. There's some bands
Well, like,
it's I don't know, it's too not
no,
artsy
no, I
enough or
think
too
it's
serious
great.
or whatever, but like a band like Knock Loose, like it makes so much sense. Like you look at it, you're like, yeah, this checks out.
I don't know, like, I don't know. I mean, I've met Curry a few times. I do not know Knock Loose at all. I don't know like the behind the scenes shit because I do know the Puya and Volumes thing was because we were homies. It wasn't
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah.
were really homies, and that's how that happened. So I don't know if it's like a similar thing with Knock Loose and Denzel Curry, or if they both respect each other's music, or how it worked. I would love to know the story behind that, but it definitely is super dope. I think Knock Loose is super sick band. I think Denzel Curry is extremely talented. The vocalist, rapper. I think he transcends rap more. You know what I mean? Like he does other shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, to the point of that song, right? Like that's kind of
Yeah.
evidenced by that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, we didn't talk much about. Look, we're sticklers for early shit.
This are good. You're good. Let's cover it all.
I want to talk about the concept of dreaming. I want to cover the early days of the band at least a little bit, because it was
Concept
so
of dreaming.
it was so
Yes. It's
it
epic.
was, we were talking earlier, like it was so fresh, it was so new, it was before
Yep.
the entire wave kind of caught up to that sort of sound, you know. I'd love to kind of know, like, just
Yeah, I'll tell
making
you
it,
the whole
and like
thing.
how, you know, it's kind of like the early days of the band, like stuff like that.
I'll tell you the whole thing, bro.
Mm.
So what happened was me and Daniel Bronstein had a band before Volumes. It was called The Unborn. Fucking sick band. You can check it out right now.
Be
Check it out.
unborn, the unborn.
Yeah, I don't think I
The
know that one.
Unborn.
Okay.
That was an old school band. Dude, we were lit. And
What kind of music are we
he was a
talking?
guitar
What is this sound
techie.
like?
There's some Djent elements in there.
Okay.
Techie, death. There's some blast. Dude, listen to it, dog. One of our songs is called Volumes. That's where we got the name
Ah, okay.
from. All right. So like it's yeah, the lore goes deep, gang. And basically what happened was he left that band, and my brother, when he met my brother, dude, he was like 13. So this is, you know what I mean, like little kid, still figuring shit out, still figuring out Pro Tools, still figuring out guitar. Fast forward to like when he's 16, Diego was already a little prodigy,
Yeah.
and he got along very well with Daniel. Daniel's also a fucking beast. Look what he's doing now. You know what I mean? And like he start like the first thing that caught attention was Volumes, but we were all part of like the underground local scene in LA. You know what I mean? And my brother is like, yeah, man, I'm fucking have this like little studio thing with Daniel, and like he's like, we want you to scream on it. And it was just like clips. It wasn't even full songs. And the first two clips, sent me two clips. And it was the first one was the wormholes. Bang, down, bang, bang. And then the second one was intake.
Okay.
I just remember hearing that and be like, dog, this is sick.
That's cool. Those are like
And
two a bit like, those are kind of like the two vibes that Volumes had for a minute, right?
yeah,
Like one's like
yeah,
way more melodic, and the other's a bit more just like straight heavy, you know,
yeah,
chugging.
Hmm.
right. So then they never wanted it to be a band. They were like, we just wanted it to be a studio thing. We want you to scream on it. When they sent me the full song of Intake and Wormholes, I'm like, fuck you. This is gonna be a band, homie.
Yeah.
Like this is fucking insane shit. You know what I mean? And then I was the one that was like, let's not do one vocalist. Just do two. I know the fucking perfect drummer. I fucking formed the band. I was the one that was, because they didn't want it to be a band. They wanted it to be some studio shit. You know what I mean? And I fucking like got my bar. Like, Rod was my really, really, really good friend. Hard ass worker, but he was never in bands. He never really showcased his skills. There was nothing to base his skills off. So like Daniel was kind of like, oh, I don't know if he could do it. I'm like, just give him a shot, dude. If you can't do it, give him 1 week to learn these songs. If you can't do it, then no. And the motherfucker went in and fucking went hours every day and did it. And you know, and we recorded the song with Mike Barr, and it worked. And then fucking the first two songs was Intake and Wormholes. And then Daniel and Diego kept writing. Daniel was like one of those like a fountain, just
Yeah.
just flows out this fucking human being, dude. You know, and it was so evident, like to me, not to the world, but to me and to anybody around him, it was so obvious which direction he was going musically, because since the day I met him, Meshuggah, Misery Signals, You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like emo Meshuggah. That's what Volumes was. That's what Volumes. I swear to God, dude. Like that was like, yeah, it's like emo Meshuggah.
What's the emo inspo? We get Meshuggah. That's like an obvious, but what's the?
Yeah, I mean, I know I was. It Dies Today. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty damn sure um, fucking Daniel was into that. Used. You know what I mean?
Used, yeah.
My Chem. You know what I mean? But this is like really early. Because
Yeah.
at the time I really wasn't listening much of that, but I know Daniel was listening. That's a question for Dan.
Sure.
That's a question for Daniel. Like, you know what I mean? Let's keep it 1,000. You know what I mean? And then Diego was super into Meshuggah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like super. Like he just like would study that shit. You just play just their songs like over and over and over and over and over. You know, my dad would be like, "What? You're listening to that song for the last 5 hours?" He's like, "Dad, but listen to what they're doing." Because my dad's a musician too. You know, he's like, well, "Listen to what they're doing." You know what I mean? He's like, "Listen to what they're doing. Like, you see this time signature, you see what you see." Dude, it's crazy. Diego would like dissect it, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. And like that's how it started. It was all in home studio. You know what I mean? Like we did it at Concerts of Dreaming, I believe we did it in Daniel's room, like vocals and shit. His
Okay.
parents' room, right? And like he did all, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time we got to Via, we'll get to there. We went to my dad's studio, which is like now we're ready for like a
You
bigger.
had the real toys to play with, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of like I remember like my dad's engineer, like at the time, was like, bro, you guys are doing it right. Like you guys had access to everything you wanted. You went to a room
Yeah,
and
sure.
you guys went hard in the paint in this room, and now it's graduation time. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, let's put up like now, like once the vision, because Daniel never thought it was possible to be in a band like that. That's why he left kind of early, and also respect to him, he was wanted to do the producer thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like some people are like
his
that.
goal was just elsewhere. It wasn't a tour.
I wanna write records. I don't want the attention. I wanna fucking be in the studio, make music, and I have a girlfriend, and now he's married. Like that was what he wanted. And you know what I mean? He's a very hard worker. He's fucking innovative. He's a G. I would love to talk to him. I haven't tapped in with him in a minute. Like it's just my. He's like a good like. I wish we could sit down and talk because I feel like if we do, like it would be a different conversation. But I feel like it would be a really good conversation. But I feel like he only hears about me through other people. So all he hears about me is all these crazy fucking things, and I don't blame him. But like,
well,
you know
the,
what I
the,
mean?
fun,
It's
the
like,
fun stories
hey,
to tell, you know.
no,
just doing all right is a boring story to update someone on. So
it's just like, hey, bro. Like the way I see it is like, hey, man, we go back since I was like 15 years old. We were in a fucking local band together. Then we started Volumes together, and I know that might have been a shithead, and I went a different direction. And I know you're not like, I get it, but like. Don't hear it from them. Hear it from me. You know what I mean? Like that's it. That's all I gotta say about that.
How do you look back on the EP? Because there's a select amount of people, maybe some people on this podcast right now. There's some of those songs made it onto Via afterwards, right? But
yeah.
if I'm being candid, that the even down to the production and like how a lot of that stuff sounds like the EP nailed so much stuff that I don't know, it just hit different, man. There was just something about it. But I'm curious from like being in it and actually like making the decisions to re-record these and having both versions and all this stuff. Also, some songs didn't make it to Via either. Like I'm curious how you look back on the EP, like personally.
The EP was like it was like a very like. When we were making it, like the growth was happening so fast. So when we were done with it, like Daniel and Diego and even I felt like, dude, let's like we could like their skills. Even we were all like, you know, growing in our skills. Like me as a screamer, as a vocalist, like the ideas, them as producers, and like what they're doing in writing. So it was like we knew we had something very special. That was super clear. From the second I heard the first clip, I knew what we had was like, this is new, this is fresh, this is new, hasn't really been done like this way. You know what I mean? Like it it was awesome, man. Like we were just like, young kids. I was like 18, right? We were doing it in Daniel's studio. Really good memories. Shit, I don't know, man. I feel like you have like a different perspective because you were like outside looking in. Like, and for me, it was like we were just doing our thing. But I can tell you this: when we finished and when we started Via, we decided to re-record those two songs. We felt those two songs were like staple. Like they were like, dude, we nailed it on this one. And they were Diego and Daniel and evolve where they're sharpening your skill set. So like it
Yeah.
was like right there where it was like the breakthrough was happening. Like these fools were really like locking in and figuring out the sound and like to the next level, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, bro, let's
Mm-hmm.
re-record these songs, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like let's use better equipment. You know what I mean? Let's do it like this. And it's like a lot more, what do you call it? What's the right word? Tedious, like just like these little small,
Precise and
important,
The
precise,
details.
and like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And like, all right,
polished,
and let's
maybe.
polish it, and like now we have a better idea of what our sound is. And like I remember
Mm-hmm.
when we were doing Via, one of the last songs, this Daniel wrote this. One of the last songs that was written for Via was Edge of the Earth.
Okay.
Dude, that song is insane.
I remember hearing that shit, bro, and being like, did it again. Like he's evolving, like it's even more emotional and more like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? It's like it was sick, dude. It was
And
super,
intense
super sick
too. An
and
intense
intense
song.
and intense and like and we cut that record at my pop studio. I know at least the vocals we did because everything else was DI and fake drums, right? But the vocals
Sure.
we cut there. And fucking we used the best gear possible and Diego and Daniel knew what the fuck they were doing, a lot more what they were doing at that point, and it was time and we did that and then we started touring, right? Like we dropped that and we started touring and it was like these super small DIY tours, dude. And
But it was
fucking like
pretty
we were like,
nonstop back then. Like it went to
oh yeah,
touring like real quick.
yeah, dude. It was like because we were so then Daniel like let like he's like, hey man, I just want to like be more in the studio. And then like him and my brother had a falling out and then Diego took over completely production wise. And we wanted to everybody that was in the lineup, like we wanted to tour. That's what we wanted to do.
That was
Just
the
like how
goal. Yeah.
Just like how Daniel wanted to do his production and studio thing, we wanted to fucking tour. And then Diego also wanted to do producing, but he also wanted to tour. He wanted to be a tour. So we were like, if we're gonna do this, bro, it's right now. And was balls to the wall, and we gotta fucking grind.
And there's a
You know
moment to
what I mean?
capitalize on then, right? It's not like, oh, let's
Right. I
maybe do
mean,
this later. It's like now or never, you know.
no, it's like it's now or never. Like we were very young. It's like it's this. We were so eager to play these shows. Like to we didn't care if there was 5 people there, 10 people. We didn't care. We were just so eager to prove ourselves and be like our fucking motherfuckers we looked up to. And we started the really first tours were like with Betrayal and Counterparts and
Hmm.
like, like, and that's where we met. And it's Contortionist, And I remember
Yeah.
at one point I was like looking at Counterparts or Contortionist, and I was like, this is the future of the scene. Like if none of us give up in 5 years, bro, it's gonna be a completely different thing. Like I remember it was so clear to me. Like I was like, like right now we're doing the small shit, but we're all going for it. Like it's you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like this is it, dog. Like run it. And then eventually fucking it snowballs, like for example, we won a contest, bro. We got put on a fucking
Crazy.
a bigger tour. Chelsea Grin sees us. They're like, these guys are sick. Let's put them on their headliner. Attila sees us on that. Other managers, other labels see us on that. Now our music's getting good and out there. Somehow, Jerry Roush, shout out fucking Jerry Roush, Glass Cloud, and he was also in of Mice and Men. He fucking showed up Mice and Men volumes. Mice and Men flipped their shit. They're like, who are these kids? And that led to us touring with them, and then fucking they took us out on Europe. And who do we share a bus with? Amity Affliction. Oh, now we're fucking, you know what I mean? Became fucking, and it's just like that. That's how it happened. Like, it's just like, you just
Yeah.
keep going, become friends with everybody. And then before you know it, you're just in the mix. And now, like, like you're
You have
influencing other bands.
you have ask Alex Kohler's new band that writes a song, dedicated
That's
to
like a
your brother.
Japanese name. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did, right?
Yeah.
They
Last
did.
respects.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude, Chelsea Grin, Alex Kohler is an inspiration, bro, because he went full sober.
Yep.
Full sober, bro. And he was a crazy alcoholic, gang. Like, I remember Chelsea Grin called. Remember I told you guys how I had like three years where I was not doing hard drugs and I was just on my
Mhm.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
During that time, that's when Alex Kohler got kicked out of Chelsea Grin, and they called me and they're like, "We don't know what to do. Like, how did you do it? How did your band handle this?" I'm like, "Well, when I went to rehab and I fucking like my band that didn't even give me an ultimatum, but it was like it was very clear in my mind. It's like, do I keep doing drugs or do I do what I love?"
Yeah.
Right? And I chose to go hard in the paint with volumes. You know what I mean? Later on, I relapsed again, but that's another story. Or we already got into that part.
Yeah.
But at
But at
that
the
moment,
time, that was the
Mhm.
mindset.
that was
Yeah.
like the mindset was like, do I keep doing drugs or do I fucking live my dream? And it was like a really difficult conversation for me because I love Alex Goldman and I love Chelsea Grin. So like in my mind, I'm like, give the homie a chance. Let him go to rehab
Yeah.
and then go out. But like David was like, bro, like I got kids. Like we have to re-record the album. Like already canceled. Like the thing with Alex Fuller is like he was doing these tours. Like he would go to Europe and then not show up. He would just go to a bar and not show up to his own show, bro.
Yeah.
For the whole
That's
tour, gang. For the whole tour. And that's where Tom Barber came to like, hey, bro, like we need someone to do. Chelsea Green didn't know what to fucking do, bro. I felt so bad, right?
yeah.
And then like they're cutting their new record, and he was going through it, bro. And he was just the alcohol consumed him, you know. And Chelsea Green made that call, and they booted him, and he went to rehab, and he cleaned his life up, dog. And he's a fucking G for that, you know. And now he streams and he does vocal coaching, and he's a fucking
Mhm.
legend in the vocal
They
scene.
just announced their first live
They're a couple-
shows. Yeah.
He's a fucking legend, bro. Like I
Yep.
fucking love him, man. And we still tap in with each other, bro. And we got mad love for each other, bro. And
Well, the two of you get it, right?
yeah, yeah, man. And we just did a lot of tours together too, like a lot. You know what I
Really
mean?
a lot
Like
of
Chelsea Grin.
memories too, right? Like I mean,
A lot of memories, dude. So many fucking. We did Warp tours together. We did headliners with them. We did festivals with them. Every time we would go to Utah, we would tap in with them. My brother produced their album. You know what I mean? And like, you reminded me about that song. It's kind of fucking choked me up real quick.
Sorry, man.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, you're good. You're good. I'm trying to like hold myself together here. Um, yeah, mad respect to them, dog. Mad respect to them. And then David's still there, and I love him, and I still tap in with him every now and then. He's a great human being. Chelsea Grin Chelsea Grin. I'd say Chelsea Grin and Vale and Maya, and then after that, Amice and Men, and Born of Osiris. But the very first two bigger bands to give us a shot and really fucking stand on business for us
Mm.
was Chelsea Grin and Vale of Maya.
Oh
so
yeah.
cool, man.
And like they were the ones that gave us, a crazy opportunity. And like Marco Kubo's a G, bro. Like when we first started playing shows with him, he immediately got it. He's like, this is it. This is the future right here. From the way we dressed, because we didn't dress like metalheads, bro. You know what I mean? Like we dressed at the time very differently. Now everybody dresses like, you know what I mean? More like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember tweets from Marco Kubo, like, you know, like not too long ago. And he's like, I remember seeing volumes. Everybody used to make fun of them how they dress. Now everybody dresses like them. These fools are
Yeah.
really ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a direct Marvel Kubo quote, bro.
And like
You know
moving
what I mean?
just the vibe and the even just from a stage presence kind of perspective, like that whole kind of non-metalhead approach to playing music.
No, because like it was just we wanted to do like first of all we wanted to do us. Like I'm really like I really am a metalhead, bro. Like I don't gotta question it, gang. Like I'll fucking go like I listen to you know? Come on.
Yeah.
I don't gotta dress a metalhead to be in come on, gang. You know, I also like fashion. I'm from LA. You know what I mean? Like I look up to rappers too. I'm a vocalist. So like there's a street brand um culture in LA. You know what I mean? So like we were rocking Primitive, which at the time was so small. It was this little shop on the fucking Ventura Boulevard. Now it
Yeah.
became some you know what I mean? When me and Mike Barr would shop at Primitive, it was this little tiny shop on Ventura Boulevard. It wasn't in Zoomies, none of that shit. You know what I mean? So when we popped out, people were like, "What the? This is lit. What is this? What's all? It's fucking Paul Rodriguez's fucking shop, dude. It's lit. You know what I mean? It's dope and fucking
Yeah,
it's
you do
cream.
kind of have a little Paul Rodrigo look going on. I see it. Now I look at you right now, and I'm like,
He's Mexican, gang. he's, he's he's Mexican like me. But yeah. So like that whole thing came into play and fucking like you know. So like, I was trying to like do something fresh. Like we all were. I'm not gonna just say me. Like you know, like Mike Barr was also on point with the fashion back then. You know what I mean? Like we like all the
Oh
shit
yeah,
that we
and
both liked a lot of same
there
shit.
wasn't a single guy in the band that was dressing like a metalhead. Like it wasn't
No,
camo
but
shorts
we were
and fucking
all.
black
I
t-shirts. You
promise.
know.
I promise you, gang. We were more metal of a metalhead than anybody. If you fucking actually come and talk to us,
Well, of course, of course. I mean, any normal
like we
human
would,
being, but it's just everyone's got their
right
style.
at the time.
I'm just
At the
pointing
time,
out
it
that
was
you guys like just didn't look
no,
like
no, no,
metalheads. You
absolutely.
know.
No, I'm not saying that you doubt us, but people did back then.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
sure.
oh, who are these fools? You know what I mean? I'm like, listen to my band, homie. Like, do you think we're not
Yes.
metalheads, gang? Shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
No,
like,
but to me, I think it's cool. Like Dumb knows because I keep talking about that. I think I can come back. Yeah, okay. I was probably gonna fall apart in like 5 minutes, my cam, but I'm back for now. Yeah, like I keep saying, I'd rather see people looking different. Like, if I'm honest with you, like do your. I'd rather see people trying out styles, being a bit different. Though, like, there's no there's no dress code. You're not supposed to be in a certain way. And me personally, I always connect to artists and people just being completely different most of the time. Like, I know it's just one aspect of it, but I think it's cool when people are like, oh, he doesn't look like a male head. Good, it's great.
well, like, look at who, like, for example, Alex Kohler, skinny jeans. You know what I mean? Aaron from Return of Mars, skinny jeans.
Yeah.
And here I come. Here I come, like, you know, like oversized tee, like streetwear, like, yo, I'm from LA. What's up, bro? And I got a blunt in my mouth and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, but I
But
got
I
along with those fools. I
but
got
I think
along
it's
with them real
cool.
great. I think what Aaron's doing right now is new band, bro. Like I've even, cause I crashed out on him, bro, and he forgave me. Like, you know what I mean? Like I crashed out hard, and he like treads
He's
lightly when
another
it
one
comes
that
to that.
gets it, by the way. Sidebar.
Yeah,
But
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
mm,
But like, so certain, you know me, bro. You know that like in LA, I'm tapped in with everyone. So like when I was crashing out, there was weight to it, bro. Like, oh, this fool rolls around with these motherfuckers, which I don't think I'm not proud of that, but it is what it is. So like when I crash out, you know what I mean? Like I'll crash out. And I just got mad love for Aaron because he was like he kind of like was like, hey man, like are you all right? Are you good? Like my bad. But anyway, I was in the wrong, by the way. You know what I mean? I'll need to say that flat out. I was operating off emotions, and I'm not gonna get into details about it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I was operating off emotions. And after we had our talk, bro, I was like, by the way, dog, like regardless if we our friend like I don't know, I didn't know at that time if our friendship was gonna continue. Obviously it did, but I let him know because I'll always be real. I'm like, bro, your fucking new band's lit, bro, and he bounced back in a crazy way. And I got mad respect for that. I told him that shit. And when I saw him on the podcast, like, cause that fool's got some fucking stories, bro. He's been around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he's been around. So his new band is really cool, man. So shout out to them.
Yeah,
Shout out
it's
to
the
them.
whole, it's the, you know, the it's kind of the similar topics too, right? For his band, you know, the on the other side of
Yeah,
the addiction as well,
opiates.
right? Yeah.
We talked about that too.
Yeah.
He knows. That fool seen me use hard drugs. Like that fool saw me use really hard drugs. Like it was just me and him, and he didn't use it all at all. I want to be very clear, but I
Hmm.
didn't. I felt like our friend, like I've known him for many years. At that time, he pulled up to my house, and I was just on one. You know what I mean, and like so he got to see me in rare form, but like, well, maybe not so rare form those years, but rare form is how I call it.
Yeah.
It's cool when people get it too, you know, because I understand both sides. It's okay. Like you were saying, like, oh, I was crashing out, and then Henny gets it. I do understand why some people, you know, they have sometimes they're just like, oh no, I cannot like that time.
Yeah,
But I
like
love when
mice and men, they don't. Actually, Tino and I spoke like there's no bad blood, but like I did see how they like distance themselves from me. You know what I mean? And it's personal. It's like a personal, not with me, but it's a personal subject because similar things with Austin, completely different. Like he wasn't using street drugs and shit, but I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about it, but just know that it's like a very personal
Yeah.
thing because of their situation. And so I feel like they were very betrayed and hurt by them hearing that I had relapsed. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Because when we first met, I was good. And when I relapsed, like I remember calling them one time, like, "Yo, I'm gonna pull up to your show," and they're like, "Nah."
Mm.
And I remember like, I'm like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, what's up?" And they didn't really give me a reason, but obviously it was because I
Mm.
was. They were hearing it through the grapevines that I was. The sad part about that, bro, is like, and I know I've done some dumb shit under the influence, bro, but like, I was still a really good person, you know what I mean? Like, I was still a good person. Like, sometimes, like, I did fuck up, you know what I mean? But like, I wasn't like some like evil human being, you know what I mean? Like,
no
that
malice
it
or
made me feel that way. It made me feel like, damn, these fools really think I'm some like shitty human because I do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just made wrong decisions, and then real life shit happened, and I didn't know how to handle it, and the addiction just got way worse. You know what I mean? But shout out to Mice. I love you guys. I still try to tap in with them. I really do. I still try to call Phil. You know what I mean? Like he picked up the other day, and it was like a brief conversation, but usually he doesn't pick up. Like, cause I got love for these fools. You know what I mean? They helped my career. Like I'm a loving person, bro, and especially like right now, I got my head straight and shit. Like, come chop it up with me, bro. Come talk with me, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't hold it all against me. Like, I went through some crazy shit that some of these, like Phil and all them, like my son, they don't know nothing about that suicide shit, and then I died. They don't know none of that. So I haven't really thrown down with them. That's why I'm saying, like, yo, come talk to me. Come talk to your homie. I did talk to Austin the other day, though.
you
I did
did.
talk to him. I did. I spoke to Austin like 3, 4 months ago. We had like we went on live together, actually,
Okay.
and we had like a public conversation, and we were just talking, like, and he's going through his thing, dog, like for sure. Um, I'm happy that he's got his new band with like him, his solo
Mm-hmm.
project. And the shit I've heard that's actually dope. I know Alex from ex-Suicide Silence track drums on it. I
Yep.
talk to him all the time. That's the boy right there.
He's so
You
cool,
know what I
man.
mean? That fool's the man, dude. Me and Alex have mad love and respect for each other, bro. Like he gets it too. That fool gets it. You know what I mean? Like he like sees it from for what it really is because he actually calls me and we talk. Unlike a lot of these fools that judge me, like Alex calls me and we'll have a fucking 3 hour phone conversation on FaceTime. You know? So like he knows. Like so it's like, you know what I mean? It's like if only these other motherfuckers would do that. You know what I mean? It's like because all you hear is all these fucking things. I don't even know if these things that are being told us certain people are fully 100% factual. I will come clean and tell them if it is, but I don't know. It's just kind of like a telephone effect with um from the Warped Tour thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a similar thing. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know. it's like, who are you hearing this from? Because I guarantee you, whoever you're hearing it from, I haven't talked to in years either. So what's going on here? You know what I mean?
And the
Like,
story starts here, and at the end, it's like here. It's also that, right? Like, oh, he did that, and at the end, it's like
right.
this crazy thing. Sometimes
With,
it's not
with that,
even.
with that being said, it's my fault because there's probably a lot of things that have been said that are true. Like, just like, oh, he's on dope. Like, he fucking hangs around with all these fucking like, what's like just
Oh, you has a
street,
wild card a little bit,
yeah, I mean,
maybe.
there's a lot of at one point there's a lot of guns around me. There's a lot of drugs around me. Like, it's like LA shit. Like,
I
It
mean
was
that
scary.
that's a big part of I think rehab in general, right? Also, just the
I mean,
expectation
like,
that not everyone's gonna necessarily forgive, and that
Yeah.
yeah,
it's not
no, it's all
necessarily
good.
even that it comes from a place of what they heard, but sometimes just they feel wronged and they put a cross on it, and
Oh, it's
that's
fine.
like to each
It's
their
fine.
own, right?
No, then I'm not asking for. I'm not looking for forgiveness. I'm just looking like I'm looking to like talk to me, bro. Like we go back way back in the day. Like
Yeah, yeah.
have a conversation with me instead of whatever this is. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And if you don't want to, that's fine too. But no, I think that's lame. If you don't want to have a I'm be
I
straight
mean, you
up.
don't have
Like
much to lose just to talk a little bit. Like
just
it's.
have a combo, gang. You know what I mean? Have a
But
conversation. Like
But if I put myself in your shoes at the same time, that's just seeing how people are also, right? And then there's a certain point where it's like, well, do you want those sorts of people in your life
no,
altogether
there's a lot of people
also,
I cut
right? So
off. There's a lot of people that I cut off and I have no interest in talking to. But there's definitely certain people that I still got love for. And like I get it. I get it. I understand that. I just know that if we would sit down and have a conversation, it wouldn't be like
hmm
it would be different. You know what I mean? But we just haven't gotten a chance to. You know
all
what I
in due
mean?
time though, brother. That's the other
Yeah,
thing, right?
for sure. But there's
There's
a
the
there's
this is still also you on the other side of the addiction, right? And to just be out there and to time does its thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Actually, Rod called me for the first time in like 5 years, like a month ago,
See?
and and it was like really nice. And it was unfortunately like I was in the middle of working. He
Mm.
called me through one of our really close friends. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, "What's up, Coco? Like, what's good? I'm in Nicaragua right now. Like, I'm literally in the middle of work right now. I just finished the show. I gotta fucking handle a bunch of gear right now." And he's like, and then all of a sudden it goes, "Hey, what's up? It's Rod, man. How you
Fucking
doing?"
baited
He's like,
you into picking up the
"Yeah."
phone.
No, it's cool because I think we both blocked each other, so
Okay.
there was no way to like, you know what I mean?
So
Like, I forgot about it.
he had to figure that shit out. He really
Yeah,
wanted to
so
talk to you.
yeah, I guess so. Like, when he said some really nice shit, bro, like it was some really beautiful shit. He was like, "Man, I love you. You're a huge part of my life, bro. Like, I love you very much." And it was like a really beautiful thing. And fucking, it was brief though. It was like a few minutes because I was like my boss is looking at me and shit. I'm like, I'm like, "Hey, brother, I'll call you when I'm free. I'm like literally working right now." And fucking, and it was dope. The motherfucker's a lawyer now. So,
Okay.
so he's not touring with volumes, I think. Like, he's definitely involved in the writing and the studio process for sure. But he's not touring with them. I haven't seen them playing shows, and I think he's doing the bar exam right now.
Okay.
So that
Hell
motherfucker's a
yeah.
lawyer. Yeah, yeah.
That's it. All right. We're going on a little long here, but hey, we're gonna have to have you back for sure.
Yeah.
But
It's lit.
I'd be because there's so much more shit we could talk about. But I'd be
Yeah,
remiss if we didn't briefly. We had a quick conversation about how Djent ruined metal. So I pose you
yeah.
the
I mean,
question: Did Djent ruin metal?
I feel like it did in some way. I really do, bro. Like, I feel like it was like so overdone. To like, I just said it like even like when volumes and structures came out, there was all these plural names. Everybody sounded the same, and it was so overdone and oversaturated. It kind of even pushed us away from that sound. So like,
Yeah.
hey, y'all ruined it. So it's like, yeah, I think it. yeah, it got annoying for a little bit. And it was like, should have just left it to like Periphery, Animals, us, fucking, and then look, if you do it very tastefully, which has been done since, all power, that's amazing. But it's hard to do it like tastefully because it's so overdone.
Dude, the
You know
amount
what I
of
mean?
people after you
Uniquely
guys
as well,
who who had like 8 strings guitars and down to insane. When you drop like Wormhole and all those like, dude,
Production too. That was
production.
like you guys going up, you guys self-producing the fucking wave of axe effects, the Sumerian core, all that shit stacks up to like
It was easy to tell,
very
though.
samey digital sound.
You would see the bands like jumping, like it was very easy
The
to tell.
scrims, the shoulder bangs, the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. It was annoying as fuck, dog. Like
For sure.
I can't lie, dog. Like it definitely ruined it to some extent. For me, I could probably speak for the rest of the guys. Like it wasn't a fresh sound anymore. It wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't scratching the itch. So like we shifted to doing other things, but like because we were boxed in to that sound, we kind of had to still. It was challenging. Different Animals was challenging, bro.
Yeah.
Different Animals was super challenging, but I think we found the balance. I was super excited to see what we're gonna do for the next record. I had some really fucking cool ideas. I had this one that if I was still in the band, the next album would have been a double-sided album,
Mm.
and one side would have been all heavy, and the other side would have been all melodic.
Okay.
And
That would
so
have been
that way,
sick.
you know what I'm saying? So you could pick and choose, like, oh, you want the heavy volumes, and here you go, shut the fuck up. You want the fucking
Pop
melodic
shit,
dope
yeah.
shit?
Did you have
Here
in
it
mind
is,
like
gang.
art on one side and then another? Like, did you
No,
have,
it was. Oh, that would have been. It probably would have gone, but it was like that was what I was telling the guys. I'm like, I think we should go do this, do that. Like my brain starts
Yeah, there's so
working
many.
like that.
Yeah,
And like,
you just have that concept. There's so many ways you can develop that
you know what I mean?
into cool concepts.
A lot of people don't know like the like behind the scene how much shit I was like handling with Diego. You know what I mean? Like decisions and shit like that. Like from the name, that was my idea to call the band Volumes. I got it from my old band name, the dual vocalist. You know, even one of the tuning. I remember I told Daniel, I was like, look, instead of tuning the lower string lower, like let's tune it to the as low as you want, but let's tune the highest string higher, and you could do melodic shit. And he's like, bro, that's lit. And he started, you know what I mean? And like,
Mm-hmm.
he fucking, that's that. And then they changed tuning after that. But like, you do some shit like that, you know what I mean? And like, real shit like that. But yeah, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so the last one here.
You could go, you keep going, bro. It's all love.
Yeah, well, but this is the important question. This is
What's up?
the question of all questions. I need you to give me your definitive list of top 5 Djent bands.
Djent bands? Well, Meshuggah's got to be there. Meshuggah has to be there. Periphery, sure, dude. It's the goated ones, bro. If you know Viljarta, I'll throw in Viljarta is sick as fuck, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say my band because that's kind of fucking dipshit cocky. Animals is leaders for sure. After the burial, the goats, bro. Vale has some genty shit. Fucking Born Besides has some genty shit. Even Mystics has some, but top five. All right. Meshuggah is up there. Say Viljarta is up there. Give it to Periphery. Animals as leaders, and the last one. I'm trying to think here. Give it to Vale Maya for sure. I'll give it to Vale Maya. They deserve that.
Okay, so the right ones got famous, is what I'm hearing here.
I mean, those are the first ones, dude. Like you know what I mean? Like with the Djent shit, like when it started emerging, it was like you could hear it in Born of Osiris, but they had other metal aspects. You could hear it in Veil of Maya, but then the first bands that really go full Djent was Animals as Leaders, Periphery, and Volumes, in
Yeah.
my opinion, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and Animals as Leaders and Volumes were homies before Constant Dreaming came out, because Animals as Leaders recorded um Tram. Now, remember their side project with the
I
dude
don't think I.
from Mars? They have a band with Javier and Tosin have a band with one of the guys from Mars Volta, and Eric Moore from Suicidal Tendencies, a drummer.
Okay.
And it was dropped through Sumerian. It's called Tram, and they recorded that project at my studio while we were doing Constant of Dreaming in Daniel's studio. So I would get the
Wow.
final mixes. I would get the final mixes and then go to my studio
Bring them back.
to
Yeah.
go link up with Tote, because I was like amazed. I'm like, I got the dude from Mars Volta here. I got fucking Animals as Leaders right there, bro. Eric Moore is an insane gospel drummer. And we were just all broing down and fucking, I was like, bro, I'll hook you up with my studio, fucking run this shit, bro. Like, you guys are doing something, like, you're on a generational run right now. And fucking, and after the sessions, they'll be like, yo, check out my band. And they'll be like, this is sick. What the fuck you guys are doing this? And it's so like, so we were really like, all that was emerging, like we were there. So like amongst ourselves, we knew about each other. We were also, keep in mind, we were super young. So
Yeah.
these labels were trying to sign a 16-year-old like Diego, but Animals as Leaders and Periphery were in their 20s or whatever, you know? So
Mm.
like, oh yeah, let's sign these guys. So it took us a little bit longer to get signed, but they knew about us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the first bands that went full Djent are those three, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. You know what I mean? Like, and we had there's like this joke that like I don't know if Javier remembers this, but like I would be like, yo, Javi, bro, like you're like the jazz Meshuggah, Periphery's like the rock Meshuggah, and we're the emo Meshuggah gang. What's up? And we like
the trifecta. The triforce of fucking Djent subgenres.
yeah, yeah.
Hell
And
yeah,
we like
dude.
but yeah, we would also like run into Periphery here and there, but we were never really close with Periphery. No shade towards throwing, no shade being thrown at them
Yeah, you guys
whatsoever. We
just weren't
just
linking
never.
up. That wasn't like the.
We met. We kicked it, but like it wasn't like Animals as Leaders thing. Where like because Diego produced one of Animals as Leaders records eventually. So like Javi and Tosin, like we really broke down with like those are the homies, bro. You know what I mean? Like I fucking love this fool. Like, Javier is a goat, fucking goat. So, love that fool.
We're
But yeah,
Periphery
man.
from LA too.
No, Periphery's from Baltimore.
Yeah, so
I'm sure they live there
so
now.
so there's that too, right? I'm sure.
Well, Animals as Leaders wasn't from LA either, but they moved out there,
Ah, okay.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when they moved out there, Tosin was like giving guitar lessons through Skype, and Diego got one, and that's how that happened.
Okay.
And then that's how that happened. Tosin gave Diego a guitar lesson, and then they started chopping it up. And fucking, I told Diego.
The student was producing the teacher's records. Is a pretty funny turnaround.
Well, they didn't know, bro. Like the where, because Diego is on some other level, bro. And so once they found that out, you know what I mean? And like this is like, a few years. Once they found that out, and the friendship became solid, and then fast forward a couple years later, it was just like a natural thing. They're like, bro, come produce our record. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they are
Yeah.
also super hands-on band. Animals as Leaders are very hands-on band. So they didn't want the giant studio with the
Some
big
random,
producer. Like
yeah. Someone
they
they
didn't
don't know.
want that, dog. Someone they don't know, someone that, like, you know what I mean? Like there was a friend, so like they called Diego over, they rented this house out somewhere in LA, and they did it there. You know what I mean? I don't know where they did the drums. They might have rented the studio for the drums, but the guitars and all that shit, they did it at the crib. Diego mixed it, blah, 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 and then boom.
Hell yeah, man.
You know, it's all
That's so cool, dude. Gus,
yeah,
thank
it's a
you
great
so
podcast.
much, man. Thank you
was
so much.
awesome.
No worries.
This
Sorry
this
for
is
my
fucking awesome.
Sorry for my phone, by the way, dying 50 billion times, but it was so interesting, man. It was, oh no, it was like, I swear I would
Thank you.
grab grab it and try to cool, like I would cool it with my hands. It was that hot. Like I was like, okay, that's crazy hot right now.
So, summer just kicked up over here, so it's slightly delayed to LA, I'm sure, or Mexico.
I'm in Mexico right now, just chilling. World Cup, baby.
Yeah, you reminded me of that because I lived 5 months in Mexico a while back. I lived in Merida for a while.
Oh, really?
So,
that's awesome.
yeah, that was awesome. And I would go in places, like I would do my calls like this, you know, like I would go in places. I was working in marketing back then. Dude, people were lovely, by the way, just a small, it was amazing. Like I was being welcomed with like open arms by people who don't even know me at all, just being like this, the sweetest. Terrible in Spanish, by the way. I was horrible. I was trying horrible, and they would do everything they can to understand. Great experience. So just wanted to
yeah, dude, it's awesome out here. I have a good time. Like the girl I'm dating right now is like fucking most amazing human being ever. She's also she went to Berkeley with my little brother. She's like on her shit musically. Like it's crazy. She works for a label. So I'm having a good time. I found peace out here. Like I still have some bad days, bro, for sure. We're like now obviously not relapsing, but just like, you know, in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'll have some like bad days for sure, but for the most part, I'm just the happiest I've been in a long time, and like I definitely found a lot more peace, and like I have more of like a head on my shoulders, and I know what direction I'm trying to go into. I'm just trying to go hard with self-checkout. Like I feel like once we plan is I go to Australia soon and we cut a record.
There we go.
We'll just stay in the logistics of it, and I'm just super excited to see like when we start playing shows, like the chemistry of me and Orange there is gonna be great.
In a good place, man. It's cool. It's super cool to see that. Like really see it's awesome to see, especially with all the story you told. It's like to hear that and to see you right now. It's great to see how, you know, amazing you're doing. So
thank you, I appreciate it. I mean, it's like I'm doing really good like here. Now I just gotta a lot better. Now I just gotta fucking lock in and fucking let's turn this bitch up one more time, dog.
you got
You know what I
this.
mean? You know what I mean? Let's turn this bitch up one more time. Like you give me and Aaron the opportunity on a sick tour, bro. I promise you, dog, we're gonna fucking leave everything on that stage. Like, you know what I mean? When we walk off, everything will be left on there. People will be like, this is special. These guys are really up there, like performing from the heart and from the fucking soul. Like, there's no question about it. So the moment that we get a chance to do that, bro, it's gonna be on some other level shit. It's gonna be
Can't
awesome.
wait, dude.
Yeah.
Can't wait, man. Yeah, I'm
Like all
I'm-
these bottled up emotions, like ready to just like
Yep.
go, dog. Because I haven't hit a stage with like my own band since Volume.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's been a minute.
But so the last time I was on stage with my own band, I was with my brother.
Yeah.
So the next time I'm on stage with my own band again, dog, you bet your ass, bro, I'm gonna go beyond hard. There's no way around it. You know what I
Excited
mean?
for
And
that.
Aaron also feels he's got a lot to prove. Like he
Yep.
felt like he was done so dirty, dog. So like he's got a lot to get off his chest as far as like, you know, when it comes to performing, writing, everything. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
My
man. It was
thoughts on
a
that.
privilege to be on this podcast. You guys are lit. Keep it going, dog.
Thank
You
you
guys
so
are-
much, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you. The
But
pleasure is
look
ours,
at my
man, for real.
face right now.
Yeah.
It's
And
just-
for the record, I reached out to them.
This
For the
is
record,
true. This is true.
I reached out to them. They didn't
Can
come to me.
confirm.
So I'm like some fucking no. I saw what they were doing, and I'm like, this is awesome, and I hit them up.
Mm-hmm.
when you told me that, I was like, "What? Like, that's so sick."
Yeah,
You know?
dude, it's sick. You guys are sick, dude. I love
Thanks,
it.
man.
I love it.
I appreciate
Right.
that, man.
Thank you for
No,
that.
mad love, bro. Mad love. Have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm gonna go get some food or something. Probably
Oh,
get right
yeah.
here.
If you made it to the end of this episode, thank you for watching. And hey, while you're here, hit that subscribe or follow button and a review. If you're watching or listening on a podcast platform, it would mean the world and it helps out more than you know. A big thank you as well to all of our supporters over on Patreon and on Twitch.
New episodes every week. Links to our Patreon, Discord, and socials in the description. We'll see you soon. We're out.